get started.
1 minute.
So, yeah, it's gonna be a long day today, I think.
Yeah,
And you wanted it short,
we'll see what we can do here.
because I'd like to talk about the budget and that 20, our deductible and health insurance we didn't talk about last time.
Well,
When we talk about our budget, is that something we're supposed to talk about at this meeting, or is that something we need to have our own meeting about to talk about?
I think we could do it either way. If we can't get it done, then we'll do it after the meeting. I mean, that's fully our,
Well, I didn't know whether we would talk about budget, like, about the budget in a public meeting or not, if we're.
It shouldn't matter.
let's all stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Good morning. Today is the June 22nd, 8 a.m. Commissioners meeting here at the Ripley County Annex Building. We will start with Craig in maintenance.
Morning. Got some update for the Milan generator for EMS. It's back up and going. The display screen is bad on it, so they can't get the hours of the generator off of it. Information they need for their side just to keep their records up to date. They would recommend to see a load ran on that at least once a month to keep it performing as good. If you'd like the display screen replaced, that is actually connected to the brain of the generator, so $2,000 to $3,000 rough estimate just to replace that, or set in the budget for next year to kind of replace that generator since it's so old. But right now it is working just fine.
Huh. Do we have a cost for replacing it?
Roughly, he just said roughly about $8,000.
$8,000.
He said if you guys want a more definite price and everything, he'd be more than happy to give you the pricing on that.
What brand generator for 8,000? Do you know?
I think the one there now is a Generac, so I think that may be what he's kind of rough basing his pricing off of.
That's probably your problem right there.
Is there any value to the one that, is there a trade-in value?
Not really, no, I doubt it.
All right.
I would try to get a price for something different.
Okay.
Yeah. How many hours is on the old one?
Don't know. The display screen of it is dead.
It's totally dead.
Yeah, to actually, it's still working, but to replace the display screen, you've got to replace the whole motherboard on it. He says it's really,
Right.
if you want to keep working a lot of money into an old one.
Well, the next one we need to get a regular timer on it like they used to, so we don't have to worry about the board going bad.
I wish it was that way.
So who's that, you say this is at Milan EMS?
Yes.
So is that something, whose budget's that in? Is that in our budget or her budget, or where?
Yeah, it'd be in her budget, wouldn't it?
Well, we could ask her to put it in her budget for next year if we can get by till then. I mean, if it was an emergency, typically we would, like if it's something that had to be done
Right.
now and she doesn't have the budget, then typically we would pay for it since it's one of our buildings. But it makes sense for us to put it, ask her to put it in the budget for
I
next
think
year.
that
and-
being as it's still working, just,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to keep her in the loop on the pricing and have her put, we'll have her put it in our budget for next year.
And like I said, I'd try to stay away from Generac.
Yeah, that's,
I think Kohler separated, they're a little bit different, go by a different name now, but that's probably where the direction I would want to, I would suggest to go.
yep.
I think it hurt Nelco used Kohler, heard advertised, I think.
Okay.
So,
What else you got for us?
Is that hooked up on natural gas, or what's it?
I think it's natural gas, if I remember right.
Okay. I just saw that. Well, that's not RC. REMC has that program, but they wouldn't do that, don't do that in town. I don't think they have anything in town.
No, I think
Okay.
that's Duke.
Yeah. All right.
I have a quote here from Jackson Systems Controls for a 1-year preventive maintenance agreement that covers 15 hours for remote assistance and troubleshooting, 2 on-site visits for troubleshooting, reviewing systems and support of operation, and to review existing systems and correct sequences of operations as much as possible within the current licensing framework.
This is Jackson, right?
Jackson Systems
This is for the courthouse?
Courthouse, yes. The price on that is $4,150.
That's for a 1-year contract?
1 year.
And who is that with?
Jackson Systems. They're the ones that do our controls on the annex building.
That would move everything away from what you were doing before?
Yes, for the most part, Train on the courthouse would still be involved on certain aspects of it. If we can't access a certain side that we need to get something working right, we would have to bring Train in. They would either have to do the backside of it or give us access to that part. And that would be a separate cost.
How's that price fall in line with their yearly? We have a yearly contract with them here on the annex. How's that fall in line?
We don't really have a yearly contract from here. Mainly if they have to come here, it's usually for parts or we just pay them their hourly rate for here. This company is real good. I call him, he gets on, we don't get charged for anything.
Do you think we just need to do this as a year contract to cover bugs and different challenges?
I would, it kind of covers them along with covering us. Because they don't really fully know what they're getting into right now with the courthouse.
Okay, so they'll be helping with the courthouse as well?
Yes,
Okay.
this is what this covers, is the courthouse.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's for courthouse only.
Yes,
So are they part with the annex as well then?
yes.
Okay, well, they've,
since I started, I've always dealt with Jackson Systems here, and truthfully, if he shows up on site, we pay him their hourly rate and parts. That is it. If I call with an issue, he logs on, gets it fixed. I haven't seen a bill yet. So,
okay, what's the annex costing us now? Then they have
It's
to-
whenever they show up,
There's no contract.
So you're trying to get a contract just for the courthouse?
yes. This
not the annex
kind of just
involved.
covers them because they don't know what they're getting into yet.
Okay,
But that could set us up to have it on a case-by-case basis after we do this year contract.
Possibly, yes.
I mean, if that's what we think we need to do, I guess.
Yeah. Does that solve some of the talk that we've had about different systems that are already over there? Does that solve any of those issues that we have with Verigy or anything else?
It should,
Okay.
on the control side. I did get it back with Brad with Dunlap, see if he would warranty these condensate pumps. He went ahead and just ordered 8 new pumps for us and no charge to us. So I've got 8 new condensate pumps coming.
Okay. I guess at that rate, do we have enough money in contractual services for that, Amy?
Oh, no.
Because I would say that would have to go underneath that line item.
You run short in contractual services every time. But we can probably move some money if you get short at the end of the year.
couldn't do building maintenance on something like that?
I probably wouldn't. I would do contractual.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do it in contractual and we'll make up for it later. Transfer.
We'll make a motion.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. What else do you got for us?
I have two quotes here for pest control. The first one is from Cardinal Pest Control. I went through and I even had Ashland confirm all my numbers and everything to make sure I got them right. For Cardinal Pest Control, yearly total is $11,270. And then I have another price from Plunkett's Pest Control. Their yearly cost is $8,280.
What, is this covering every county-owned building?
This covers courthouse, annex, jail, and the 2 EMS buildings.
Okay. And when we say pest, is this bugs or mice, or both?
Both.
Do we currently have a contract?
We don't, Cardinal does it now. He says he doesn't really do contracts. It's just, he showed up here, he sprayed, said unhappy with us. You can find someone else, or that's kind of how he does it, he said. Because actually the owner was here, I think last week, and sprayed because he lost 2 guys.
So this is getting done now, correct?
Yes, by Cardinal.
Like, so what have we paid Cardinal not under contract? What was our spend last year with Cardinal?
I think, get the pricing right, I think the pricing's the same for these 2 buildings, because he just did the courthouse and the jail. $125 a month for the courthouse and $175 a month for the annex building.
That's what I mean, that sounds like a big number for a year when we're only spending $300 a month for 2 buildings.
Well, this covers all of them that you guys asked me to do. That's 3 other buildings added on to that price.
So say you double that, $600, that's $7,200. That's a lot less, still a lot less than
So it
that.
should be cheaper just to add,
Well, you've got to look at the cost of each amount, because the jail, April through October, that's $450 a month that Cardinal's going to charge you for the jail.
So it's getting done now though, correct?
They have,
Yes.
Yes, current.
I mean, before I would want to feel good about honoring any type of contract, I need to know what we spent last year on all the same buildings. I mean, that should be something we can dig up. I mean, I know it's more work for somebody, but, I mean, if we're doing it month by month basis,
I'm doing it right now.
I apologize, Amy, I didn't know that.
The current contract with the jail, with DS, when we first started speaking about this a couple months ago, they are not mixing on site. They won't give us an MSDS on the chemicals they're using inside the facility. And in all honesty, it looks like the spiders swim in it and grow. It's just not working. He got a bid with Plunkett, is that correct?
Plunkett's, yeah.
And they will provide all of those services for us to allow us to have the MSDS. They mix on site, and if we have any issues, they will come back to us and do an additional treatment to prevent further issues that we're having right now.
Yeah, and their service, invoiced every month for the jail is $200.
I have
Plunkett's.
52.
52.
Oh, you mean Plunkett's?
Yeah, Plunkett's,
They're paying $52 now.
Yeah.
So in 2026, for the courthouse, the annex, and the jail was $41.51.
And the only thing we're adding is 2 EMS buildings that are a lot smaller.
And I know this all come up because of the termite contract that Cardinal brought in. With Plunkett's and even with Cardinal, it's gonna cost to have someone come down and do an inspection. So the termite that started all this, they're still gonna have to send someone out, and it's gonna cost to do a termite inspection and everything. So that'll be a different cost on top of everything else.
So it sounds like the jail needs to switch whoever you're using, regardless.
Absolutely, I agree.
And who are you using?
We are currently contracted with Yes. I believe they are out of Columbus.
Can I see the two quotes, please, real quick?
So do we use Plunkett now for anything?
No.
Okay.
There's two different tables and differences right there.
I mean, that's double the money, or even just at Plunkett's rate, that's double just to have a contract with what, I don't know what the contract gives, what the contract does for us over a monthly.
I guess call them anytime you see a bug and they spray something different, I guess. I don't know, I don't see a value in it. I mean, I would probably try to, in my opinion, switch the jail out to one of the, see what Plunkett will charge you for an as-needed basis or Cardinal, and see if it will solve your problem, and then continue to do what we're doing.
The current contract with Yes, they only treat interior. They do not do any exterior treating with the current contract. Plunkett, when they came in to do their quote, he stated that this treatment monthly will be interior, exterior completely, and then every 3 months he'll be changing up which chemical he is using. Everything's going to be safe for human contact, but it'll allow, keep the bugs from becoming immune to. And I think that's the biggest reason we're having issues right now over there with certain items.
Can you check and see with Cardinal or somebody what they would charge for you to get out of the Yes contract? And
For just the jail, for Cardinal, it'll be $450 April through October, and through November through March, it'll be $175. And then with Plunkett, their invoice is, for theirs, it's $2,400 a year, $200 a month.
So I guess what I would need to see is if these are the two companies that we're considering, I need to know a monthly fee for exactly the same thing that they're offering versus what the yearly contract is. So they ought to quote.
The one they have now for the EMS buildings, they're spraying twice a year.
Right, so it's not apples to apples. I need an apples to apples. If it's $8,200 a year for Plunkett, and they say if you choose to go this so much a month, and those monthly fees add up to be 11,800, then sure, the contract makes sense. If it comes up to being 75, then it doesn't make sense. So, I mean, you gotta have apples to apples to see whether it's you're saving money or you're gonna lose money by going with the contract. That's my personal opinion.
Do you know who the EMS uses?
Ridge Runner, I think it's Ridge Runners. And he's done, I was waiting on a price for him, and basically, he still said he'd spray twice a year on the buildings.
even if he had a contract.
Sprays in the spring and sprays in the fall.
So it looks like it's $350 each time.
$700 a year.
But I don't know if that's for both. No, that's highway. Highway must use them also.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And that's not even under the contracted list, right?
No.
EMS, one building's 200 it looks like, and one building's 300
Twice a year.
twice well, last year they only got sprayed once, in September. They haven't been sprayed in 26. But that's who they use. And they weren't sprayed in 24, so it looks like they've been sprayed one time by Ridge Runner.
Biggest question is what do we get out of, for $8,200, $8,280, that we're not getting now as far as better service? More sprays, a spray a month in every building?
Probably, yeah. More sprays, better control, probably.
Can we ask for a breakdown of what their monthly thing is or whatever they're doing?
Yeah, that's the breakdown.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Here's Plunkett's. That's all the information they sent. Cardinals, I can show you Cardinals. This is the cost of each
With
building.
you two having the biggest building, let me ask you this question. Is this something that we need, it sounds like at the jail, we need better service.
Yes. that-
Well,
How do
this
we-
Needs a little bit better service too, because we've been killing bugs also. Just saying, I don't mean that in any bad way, but I
You
told
feel-
the Cardinal guy when he was in my office the other day,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, because a lot of times, that's actually the, what was that, last week, Amy, or the week before, I can't remember,
Yeah, I don't remember either.
is, he said his guys were lacking a little bit. He had 2 guys leaving, so,
These are all separate. Get all different breakdown. We got one of them too.
There's no breakdown here of what it costs a month, what it would cost just to do it one time a month.
yeah, this is at the bottom.
Right here.
No, that just says you're making a payment invoiced every month to equal this number.
That's your monthly payment.
So if we just want to have him come and spray next month, what's it going, and not come the month
It'll
after
be
that?
$200 to spray next month,
For the jail only.
or whatever it is, for whatever one you're looking at. That would be a monthly price for them coming and spraying. Because that's how they get their total. They figure up,
Right. Could we do that a month without signing a contract, what I'm getting at? No, we can't. They're wanting a contract to do that monthly fee. See, that's two totally different things. What's it cost without signing a contract to have them come and spray what they're saying right here? That's the number we need to see if we're saving money or losing money.
But with that being said, Roger, we're not getting, with how we're currently doing it, we're not getting very good service.
That's my point. We need to find out, we need the service that you're saying right here, well, monthly fee without a contract. Because, I mean, we're not comparing anything apples to apples here. There's nothing here that says, okay, this person's gonna do exactly the same thing for this number. There's nothing here that tells us that. I mean, if you guys see enough stuff here to make it make sense, go for it. Don't matter to me. I just don't see enough here to make it make sense to me.
Plunkett's quote has, a lot more guarantees and things like that on it. I'm only looking at the one for one building.
Yeah.
It's,
Looked like they were all the same, just different buildings.
yeah. Crawling insects and mice. Which building do we have? Which building do you think we have the worst issue with? Is it the jail?
Jail will be the biggest one.
Which one's for the jail?
$200 a month,
Yeah.
they're paying 52 now.
Why don't we try Plunkett for the jail and see if we can get it straightened out? If it solves the problem, and then we're getting a return on our value.
So Roger, you're more or less asking, do we really need to have it done every month?
Well, I'm just saying, what does the contract save us? What, by signing up for a year contract, is it saving us money?
Like, what would we be paying if we didn't have a contract with
Yeah.
Plunkett? Like, if we
Correct.
Plunkett,
So-
for them to do
With-
the jail with no contract? what
Like
would
an
it be?
as-needed basis.
No,
Okay.
every month.
Yeah. Just, I mean,
Because it should be higher if there's not a contract.
exactly.
Just saying.
Right, right.
Well, why don't you get a price with Plunkett that way just for the jail?
Okay.
Is that fair enough? And ask them what, and maybe Craig or what, ask them what it would be because it's not necessarily, if you're asking for a monthly charge, it's probably gonna be the same.
Or on an as-needed.
Or an as-needed basis, how much would it be on an as-needed basis, right? So that's the question.
Because I will say right now, with the contract, they come and spray, there's an issue, they will come back, no cost.
Yeah, Plunkett's has it clear on here, and then there's other things are responsible for repair and replacement of ILTs or other Plunkett equipment. Sounds like they're gonna, possibly put equipment, you see little black boxes sitting outside of buildings and stuff like that. Do we have any of that now?
No.
Okay, so it sounds to me like it's a service deal. It sounds to me like one provider does better than the other provider.
Right.
And if that's a requirement for the contract, then that's better information, I think. Do we know, I guess, we're not gonna make a decision today on anything, but do we know what our next steps are
Yeah, I'll
between you
call,
two?
get a breakdown, call Cardinal, get a breakdown, and request a monthly cost, just to call as needed.
Yes,
Pretty much what
a
you're-
monthly cost as a call is needed is how I think it needs to be.
For the same type of service as what the contract says.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you, Craig.
yeah.
Thank you,
All right,
Craig.
just wanna make sure we have our next steps right.
Right.
But it does sound like we need to do something different with the jail regardless. If there is a contract, check and see what it takes to get out of that contract.
Okay.
Because like all those say 60 days in advance.
I'll look into our contract and see what.
Okay. If you'll do that, just to make sure if we do switch, we can get out. We probably need to talk to Jason, and they're probably not as concerned about stuff, but, all right. Anything else?
That is all I have.
All right, we good on our next steps on that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fine.
All right.
Oh, real quick, sorry, clock hands, the old ones,
Where are they at now?
in the back of the Kubota still.
I think we still got some stuff coming back from when they bring the louver, aren't they bringing some louvers and some things back?
Louvers were all dismantled to get the measurements, so
Yeah,
I don't.
that's fair. I
think
thought
the
they was,
louvers are coming back,
the
but
point,
the-
I would like to see, once that job is completed over there and we have everything back that they're bringing, then we can get rid of all of it at the same time. But I was under the impression they was bringing some stuff back.
The finial is coming back, it's at the shop still,
Yeah.
they did say they was gonna bring that one back. The columns won't be coming back.
That's fine.
I've got one that fell out off of the tower, I still got that one down there in the mechanical room, I need to get pulled out. I do have some copper that they saved. off of the, oh, I can't remember what it's called now, sorry, but I do have a few pieces of that out there. But all the other stuff was pretty bad shape.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep. I'll just store the clock hands for now.
Yeah.
and then- okay.
Once we get everything together, we'll figure, if we don't have any use for them, we will put them up for bid, because there's been several people asking for parts, stuff off of that project.
All right, that's all I have now.
Great, thank you.
Thank you,
Mike
Larry.
with jail maintenance, excuse me?
How are we doing today?
Yeah.
Good.
Today is going to be pretty quick. Last year, we spoke about seal coating the, around the jail itself. I do have a quote here from AJ Seal Coating. This will be seal coating and relining everything. His current bid on that one will be $3,500 even. And I'll set this up here with you guys so you guys can see what he's offering.
And what is this for,
Seal coating the parking lot to,
still coating the park?
yeah. It'll be filling some of the cracks, not all of them. I did receive 3 other bids for much higher. 2 of the guys that came out recommend just replacing the entire front parking lot. AJ stated that if we just sealed it, filled the cracks, that we could probably, as long as we keep doing it every so many years, that we could probably prolong that front parking lot from having to be completely pulled up and replaced. I went back and looked, and it's been a number of years since the last time it was seal coated. We could not find an actual invoice on the last time it was seal coated.
A and J seal coating?
When I reached out to him, excuse me, I asked for references, and he was currently seal coating REMC and Manderley, and he's like, come up and just take a look at my work in person, and that way you can see how well I do. And when speaking with the individuals at Manderley, they were ecstatic by his work. They didn't have any complaints whatsoever, and they've been contracted with him for some time, so.
Is there parking marks on the blacktop or?
There is.
They're going to be
That's
repainting it?
included,
Yep.
yeah, that's included in here.
Okay.
Have they still haven't blacktopped the alley beside you?
No, I spoke with Paul with O'Mara, and they're planning that, doing that next month on that.
So I guess it would be, could we get a quote from them for the parking lot, just so we kind of have an idea what, I mean, if that,
Yeah.
I think we should probably get that, kind of have a number in mind.
Absolutely, yeah. I can definitely do that, see what they'll charge for a resurfacing
Yeah.
of it.
So that front parking lot, well, what percentage of the blacktop does that represent down there? Half?
On that one there, I mean, I would have to measure it.
Okay, I just thought
Yeah.
you might have had it.
On that one there, it's the smaller of the areas, because on the seal coating, that is the front, down the side, and in the back area where the kitchen delivery is. That's what the seal coating will be
Right.
covering, but
I just think if they're there doing blacktop, we may be able to get that front done pretty reasonable, being all the equipment's there.
okay, yeah, I'll reach out to Paul.
Yeah.
Today, and
If you'll do that, and then otherwise we'll reevaluate this. Is this good until like another meeting?
yes, I believe so, yes.
Is the parking lot there, what you're referring to, does it need chipped down, or can you
yeah.
fit another overlay over it?
It will need to be chipped down,
Okay.
to be leveled with, because you have the concrete in the front where everybody was walking up for our booking and receivings.
Okay.
That's probably gonna be most of your cost then.
Yeah, because he'd have to bring a machine in for that, to mill it down.
Well, let's
So just
see if
get a
they'll give
price.
us a quick
Okay.
price on it. Otherwise, I mean, is there a lot of the alligator type damage?
In the front.
In the front.
I would say at least 50% of the front is alligator.
Okay, well, that's pretty, most of the time, if you get a certain percentage of that, more than 10%, it's not good.
Yeah. There's been a lot of repairs and everything done to the front of the building, and but I will get him to shoot us a quote on it, and then that way we can go from there on the next meeting.
Okay.
The other item that I have for you, our dryer there in the laundry at the jail overheated a couple times. I verified the check for the cleanings to make sure that there was nothing plugged up or anything in that nature. I tested what I knew to test on it. I brought an individual in just to give us a quote on, service and repair parts on that and on our washer and dryer both. And he informed me that other than the mechanical, like the motor and bearings, all the boards and everything is outdated and no longer serviceable. He did a quick look at the dryer, and he feels that the reasoning, the clocking, and the temperature setting is what failed on there. We've got it on a lower setting. When we're doing our laundry, we're keeping a closer eye on it to make sure there's no fires or anything, but it has been scorching clothing as we are doing it, so we have to keep them or smaller batches on that to keep it from overheating. The quote for replacement of the washer and dryer, if we chose to go with that, the dryer itself, he quoted at $5,271.70, and the $5,271.70.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The washer, being that it's in the same place, and both because of the location of the flap on the washer, it's resting out the dryer walls and the washer wall. He quoted $11,216 to replace the washer, with the labor and removal fee of both units would be $20,251.75 if we choose to go that route. I did reach out to him to get a full breakdown of their warranty and services as well. What he spoke to me when he was in person on it versus what he sent over on the bid didn't match the warranty and services, so I asked for in writing of what the warranty and coverage will be on if we choose to replace both of them.
Would it be cheaper to have a company come and clean the clothes and stuff, that, just like the sheriff's department's clothing gets turned in every week and returned? Would it be cheaper doing it that way?
That part I couldn't say, because we are currently doing laundry 3 days a week, and that is all the laundry that the inmates are buying, like their shirts, their underwear, sweats, and everything in that nature, where our blankets and our jumpsuits are only being exchanged once a week.
Okay.
So,
Who's that quote from? You never said.
oh, I apologize. That quote is
So if we get new machines,
How old
regional,
they could
this
actually
will
do
be,
the uniform for the sheriff's
laundry
department instead of paying
equipment company, LLC
company
out of
to
in
do 'em.
Laundry equipment company.
But are they dry
LLC.
cleaned or are they
Yes.
washed?
I have no idea.
Some of them uniforms, maybe they're dry cleaned, I don't know. Could they?
How old are those machines?
The washer manufactured was in 2001, the dryer is 2002.
They're old.
So I think we should probably, do we have anybody else we can get a quote from?
Yes, this was just a preliminary quote to get,
Sounds to me like if you're putting reduced loads in the dryer because they're scorching clothes, it almost is considered to me a safety hazard.
yes,
So
I
think
agree
it's
with
something
you
we
on
need to
that.
pursue. I think we should get two or three quotes, and we ought to make sure this is in the budget and get it replaced.
Okay, Absolutely.
You guys agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you get 20 years out of these,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've seen them down there. This is not the first time they've run us into problems.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
then,
see if you can get a quote. I don't know how that works, like the brands and, whether there's different brands and,
there is, so on this one here, I had him quote us on the most easiest to maintain, with zero technology.
okay.
I told him I just want push button starts and everything in that nature. The washer and dryer that we currently have, the washer is actually larger than what we needed. So he's quoted us a smaller washer so that it's less wear, because he's like, if you're not filling it fully up, you're wearing out the bearings, the motor and everything in that
Yeah.
nature. So
Yeah.
that was one of the reasons I liked about their quote, was because it was quoting what we needed versus what they
Yeah.
could sell us.
Yeah, see if you can go find a comparable and,
Absolutely. I reached out to H&M, that is the current company who installed this back in 2001. The sales manager that was in charge of this area was out on vacation, that's why I didn't have a quote for him. But
Right.
I should be hearing back from him this week.
make sure you compare warranties, warranties are apples to apples, things like that.
Okay, yep, absolutely. The second line item I have for you, if you guys, if you're in here in Versailles, for some reason, we've had power surges for unknown reason multiple times. We had our exterior lights started going out on us. They were flashing during the day. I spent all day of last Friday, or 2 Fridays ago, looking into it, trying to figure out what was causing it, thinking it was a clock issue. Reached out to Craig. Craig came over, reviewed it with me as well. The wiring wasn't making sense, so I reached out to a couple electricians. Whiskey City out of Lawrenceburg came in to take a quick look at it, diagnosed it as a failed photo eye sensor. I went ahead and had them replace it because they were on site. What they found is when we were searching, the biggest portion of this was trying to find where that photo eye was. There's 9 photo eyes on the lights on the exterior, and only one was ran by to run the entire system. But the bill for that, for them coming out and doing that, was $523. While they were out, I had them just walk through with it, identifying all the wires, which ones ran what, and how everything ran, so that we have that documented now, so in the future, we won't have to bring somebody in to diagnose it.
All right. Sounds good.
But that is all I have for you guys right now.
Okay.
If you have anything for me?
Do not.
Nope, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
it. All right,
So you want to talk, bring up the Tahoe for Lee while we're on, to get that, he said he's not going to be here, he just wanted a,
yeah. I was bringing up his email here.
yeah. So do you want to read this email so that everybody, the public knows what we're talking about?
Yeah, so Lee's not here today. This was also brought up in the council meeting. The company that upfits the equipment for our police vehicles, Safety Upfitters in Lawrenceburg, has requested to purchase our 2023 Chevy Tahoe from us that has 80,000 plus miles on it. They are going to, in turn, lease it to Manchester Fire to be used as a chase medic vehicle. The county owns this Tahoe, and it is not a part of the enterprise fleet. In July, this vehicle is scheduled to be replaced with a leased fleet vehicle. Typically, we sign a title over to Enterprise, they sell the vehicle for us. Then they apply that price of the vehicle to the overall lease to keep the payments down. Enterprise conservatively estimates it could be $30,000 for the vehicle, but there's no guarantee that it will go to auction. Safety Upfitters has agreed to pay the $30,000. If you decide to approve this, the county council has already approved the profit to be going back to the enterprise fleet. So we just need to approve today, if we agree, to sell the vehicle for $30,000 to Southeastern Indiana Safety Outfitters.
I mean, it sounds like we may get a little bit more money, or we may get a little bit less, and for, under the circumstances, going to another local department, I would like to see us go ahead and do it.
I think it's going to, staying in the community, I think it's great. So do we have a motion to sell the vehicle, the 23 Tahoe? Got the VIN number here, I don't know if that's relevant.
Okay. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thanks for remembering that, Roger.
Do you need anything for your notes, Amy?
I'm getting there, I have their email too.
Okay.
We'll probably need to, someone will probably need to sign that title.
I'm sorry about that.
Someone, one of us will probably need to sign that title.
Yeah, it's in my office.
Okay. All right, and it is 8:45. We have Jason Edwards will not be here. So Todd's not here. We have a 15-minute slot for Macy Young with 4-H, if you would like to use your 15 minutes now. Be great, thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Macy Young. I'm a 10-year 4-H member here in the Ripley County community. I'm a part of the Fair Board here with Ripley County 4-H, as well as a Ripley Wrangler Horse and Pony member. I'd like to just say thank you to Commissioner Golian and Commissioner Volz for responding to my email that I sent probably about a month ago. And also, thank you, Commissioner Golian, for meeting with me about 2 weeks ago and letting me and coming and encouraging me to come out to this meeting and talk to you guys and just being 110 transparent with you guys about what's going on. I sent this email about concerns about ongoing communication between the Park Board and the 4-H Board. The email that I sent highlights the frustration over decisions affecting the fairgrounds, including facility access, maintenance issues, and the increasing cost on these volunteer groups. It also emphasizes the significant time and money that 4-H volunteers, members, and families have invested in the fairgrounds, and asked about how you guys would respond to the issues that have been going on. What I'm here to do with you guys today is being 110% transparent with you guys about the communication issues between the Fair Board and the Parks Board here in Ripley County. My biggest concern is those communication issues. So just a question, have you guys heard about the horse stalls at the fairgrounds and the communication issues?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard it from a 4-H'er's standpoint?
I believe they brought it to a meeting before,
Okay, so I'm just going to
at
just,
a park board meeting.
yes, yeah. I'm just going to tell you as a,
I want to clarify here. Are you representing the 4-H Board or Fair Board?
same thing, yes. 4-H Board and the Fair Board
Or the same thing?
are the same thing, yes.
Okay. That's news to me.
Yeah, we are all one big group. All right, just, I want to tell you from the 4-H'er standpoint and how we see it. So, in the fall, the horse and pony members were asked to take it to a vote. Do we keep them up, or we tear them down and let the park rent it out for winter storage? Us horse and pony members, we voted to keep those stalls up. We brought that to we did this because the parents, the volunteers that are putting up and down these stalls, because us 4-H'ers, 3rd grade through 12th graders, we cannot pick these stalls up and move them. So it's parents and there's volunteers that are coming out after work, things like that, to come in and tear these stalls down. And people have gotten hurt, and also the wear and tear on these stalls are getting worse every single time they are getting touched to take up and down. And these stalls are very, very expensive, and we do not have the money, quite frankly, to pay and replace these. So then the Ripley Wrangler leaders took our vote, and we presented it to the park board that next meeting. And the park board and manager then decided not to take our generous offer and they tore the stalls down. And then 4-H was billed $900 for the stalls that they chose to take down.
What was the offer that you guys had offered to keep them
So,
up?
yeah, the offer that we gave them was we will pay as much as it would be for you to house all the winter storage as well as the tear down and the take up for those stalls. We would pay all of that. So just keep them up, we'll pay you as much as you made last year. That was our,
Was this presented to the park board in a public meeting?
yes, it was.
What was the timeline on that?
Fall, I can't tell you specifically what month.
Because the way I'm understanding it, they had to wait to the last minute because the campers had to be put in by November 1st, and they tore them down because they didn't have an answer yet.
So we brought it to a meeting before November. I do know that for a fact. I want to say September, maybe October meeting. We did come and we did present that to them. So then after we were billed, there was just, sorry, excuse me, I got to read my notes, making sure I'm,
We're asking questions, so I know we messed you up.
yeah, you're good, you're good. So then came the springtime, it was a few months back. The park board had a meeting where there were no 4-H representatives in attendance, where they voted just to email the 4-H horse and pony leaders and the fair board president to tell us 4-Hers, 3rd through 12th graders, that we need to put these stalls up in a 2-week window. The video was also not, or the live stream video, you could not hear anything, it was muted. We had no idea what was going on in the meeting, we were all busy. And this window actually happened to fall the last week of school for all the Ripley County students. So we were worried about finals. We were not worried about putting these stalls up in that 2-week window. And the mandated date was just a few days before the date that they had to be up for a paid event that the county was getting paid for. And they made money off of that paid event as well. And to me, the lack of respectful communication between that email, it breaks my heart, to be honest with you. And honestly, this makes us 4-Hers feel like the workhorses for the park board and the park manager. I personally do not think by any means that 4-H needs to wash our hands up and say that we're not helping with any maintenance or any of that kind of stuff. In 4-H, we're taught to make the best better, right? And I do not think making the best better is sitting there not doing anything. I think we do. We need to sit there, we need to work together. Because, I mean, I take pride in working at the fairgrounds and volunteering my hours, picking rocks up, weed eating, things like that, getting ready for the fair, doing a clinic and things like that. But I want to make sure that this county grounds is a safe spot for everybody. When I come up to the fairgrounds, I don't necessarily want to, I hate seeing these leaders broken down, to be honest with you. They're broken down with all of the lack of respect, and it saddens me because they're ready to be done. They are waving the white flag if nothing changes in the next year. They've said they're done. And what I want to be seen changed between the two boards, honestly, is as a fair board member, I've seen the volunteers getting broken down and things like that. So it saddens me to see this as a 10-year member. And I just want the fairgrounds to be open, honestly. I know there's been a few bathroom issues. I was just at the fairgrounds last weekend, and there was a 4-H dog show. We were getting ready for our sleepover in our clinic, and the bathrooms were locked, and we had no key to get into the bathrooms. And I saw a poor little 4-H girl. She's probably 3rd grader. She went to open the door. Her dad was sitting in his truck, like right outside of it. She's shaking because she can't get into those bathrooms. That broke my heart. If I knew the password or the code to get into the extension office, I would have went in there and I would have unlocked it for that poor little girl because she had to pee right next to the building because she didn't know where else to go and she could not hold it until she got to Casey's across the road, which that saddens for me. Like I said, I want to see this fairgrounds to be open for the public. I want to see it for a safe spot. And I'm also a past 4-H state ambassador. I'm one of 10 that got chosen in the state of Indiana to serve at the state level. And I've got the privilege to see other fairgrounds, and I've seen other people working together and things like that. And I hate to say this, our fairgrounds looks like 10 different puzzle pieces that have just been puzzled together, and they haven't been properly upkeeped, in my opinion. Like these other facilities, even counties around us, they're getting new buildings, they're getting upgraded and things like that, and I haven't seen something like that happen for quite some time. And I'd love to see the two work together and build a new facility or build new buildings or just maintain and update these old buildings to make them to higher standards and how we should be able to do that, because our community in Ripley County is great. We go out there, we can go get sponsors for this. We can raise the money, we can have an auction, we can do this. It's just the pure fact that we all need to see eye to eye, and that's not happening, and we're not getting that respectful communication.
So I know we got your email. The challenge that we have as county commissioners is we don't run the park. We own the park. We don't run the park. Okay, and I've pushed back on our park board to figure it out and fix it,
And I appreciate that.
okay? And I have said this in a public meeting, if people can't figure it out, then something needs to change. So I'll give you an example. Over the weekend, I shot fireworks off at Boone County, Kentucky. You know their fair board owns their fairgrounds?
And that's
And
how it used to be.
they make tons of money off of other events out of 4-H, okay? Tons of money. They make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of rides, and they charge $15 a person to show up to their fairgrounds for 4-H fair. Does the park board want that, does the fair board want that responsibility? Something to think about.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I'll tell you, if that happens, you know what you're not gonna get? You're not gonna get the $250,000 of taxpayers' money that goes towards the fairgrounds. See? This is the jockey. And then on top of that, we have a 4-H board, okay? So like, there's a lot of moving parts here that I've challenged the park board to figure this thing out. And there is a lack of communication between the two. And every time the park board does something that they don't like, people come before us. If that's the case, then why are we paying a park board? Okay? So there's my frustration. It's not that I read your email, I read every bit of your email, but it's the same thing that is the revolving door
Yes.
on the battles that are going on over there. And I'll be honest, we also have to be respectful that the taxpayers are paying for parks and recreation. That's the tax code. That is the tax policy that we bring in to support the fair, to support the fairgrounds. We have to be respectful that parks and recreation is just not fairgrounds. Parks and recreation should be 5 other parks throughout the county. And I'll be honest with you, if you read our comprehensive plan, people want more parks, okay? So that's the challenge, right? We're using taxpayers' money to fund 4-H, and fairgrounds for 4-H is how it looks as it stands right now.
Okay,
That's challenging to an extent, right? Because that's not really the purpose on why we are taxing everybody in the county. See, that's the funding challenge. So, and if you look at Dearborn County has multiple parks, but they have a 4-H shooting range at one of their locations. So they work together in that respect. I don't know what the solution to the problem is, but something needs to change, okay? And I don't know what that looks like. I mean, I don't think 4-H and the Fair Board wants to be out there mowing grass of that facility as much as the county is for it, right? Like, if, from a volunteer base, do you want to mow the grass and own the whole facility and maintain the whole facility? Probably not, because you're going to be in the same boat as others. You're going to have to find a way to make money to offset the additional costs that are over there. Because the taxpayers that are putting in the money, it's not really enough to maintain. It's other things and other events that have to be respectful. So, I mean, ultimately, I don't know what your ask is for us, except for to tell the park board maybe to communicate better. I think, let me finish.
Yep.
I think I think regarding the stalls and all that, the park board's telling the however many people that park campers in there the week before that they can't park campers there.
We tried doing it months in advance,
Okay.
is the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll say it right now, I think that effective now, the park board needs to take my recommendation and take your request and your payment, put the stalls up, never take them down, and send everybody a letter that puts campers out there to do that. But this is my recommendation.
And there's a signed contract now, so hopefully it sticks to it. But back to your thing about the park and stuff, and how your taxpayers, they want to see there be more parks. I was just at the park on the county grounds, and my mom, 4-H leader, we were at our sleepover, and we went over there and we played on the park, us 15 kids, and we got on one of the things, and it just started teeter-tottering. Like, parts, like, were busting. So in that pure aspect, that saddens me, because then you don't see people going up at the park, in the fair, or at the playground to play, because there's not, it's ran down. You can go to Batesville, and you can go to a new park, and that's only, what, about 20-ish minutes away? And you can see a brand-new park, and it's beautiful, and it's upkeeped, and it's nice, and it's for everybody. It's not handicap accessible at the
But
fairgrounds
now
right
there's a
now.
difference, because they're not maintaining a horse building. They're not maintaining a hog building. They're not maintaining all
And-
these other
and that's where-
facilities for, see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you
Yeah.
see it from here, from us 4-Hers, we are wanting to help. We have helped numerous of times with the hog barn. We've repainted and replaced boards and things like that. We are wanting to help. But if we don't get a proper thank you and the respect that we need, we feel like workhorses. And to be quite frank, I do not want to be a workhorse 24/7. Honestly, if you just come to me and be like, hey, we just need these few things done, and like, give us about a month, 2 months maybe, but hey, I just need a few things done, thank you. That, honestly, that would make a lot of this communication issues be resolved. Just a pure and utter thank you goes a long way, face to face, not in just getting posted.
I mean, that's, from a solution standpoint, I mean, I have asked, and this has been going on for years, to have
Yes.
everything in a written contract, what the expectations is, what everybody knows, and that's what needs to be going. I don't care who owns the water wagon, I just care who's gonna fix the water wagon, who's gonna maintain the water wagon, and that type of stuff, right? And if it's in a written document, it's done, go to the piece of paper here, this is how it's handled. That's what I've asked the 4-H, or not the 4-H, the park board to do. So outside of that, I don't know what else.
So I appreciate you coming today, so I was kind of waiting.
Sorry.
I encouraged Macy to come
Yeah.
today. We had this very similar conversation a couple weeks ago, on one-on-one with one of her leaders, and we had a good conversation. I felt like she should come to this meeting to put it in a public forum, so there's some more people seeing things that's going on that might necessarily maybe not know what's going on, people that's watching. And I think there was 3 key takeaways that I took from her conversation that I had with her, and is that they need to have better communication. And that's something that's free. That doesn't cost anybody any money. Costs no taxpayer nothing to communicate. And then the bathrooms, I think the bathrooms are an issue. I think we keep hearing that brought up, that people can't get into bathrooms. There should be some type of something done to where they can use the restrooms when the people are there using it. And then, of course, the building maintenance, I kind of agree. I went up there myself and looked, and the stuff does look run down, but I don't know what they have planned in the future. Maybe there's something coming up. So, I made the same comment, we can say anything we want to say, but at the end of the day, they don't have to do anything that we ask. So, and I told Macy that I would bring it up to somebody from the fair board and kind of tell them my take on it, and based on our conversation, and we'll see what goes from there. But I appreciate you coming today.
Thank you so much.
Going back to the communication part, is there a president or is there a representative from the park board or from the fair board or 4-H board, whichever one we want to call it, or whether
So-
it's the same thing? Like, is there not someone, like, I've watched some of the meetings, there isn't someone that shows up to these meetings all the time.
Yeah, not all the time, but we do have a representative who he has the title of, he gives us our reports back about the park and what's going on with the park. It's currently Jeff Minders.
Okay.
And then our president is Monica Hansen.
Okay.
So,
Those, like, someone needs to take the lead
yes.
and make sure that they are at every one of those meetings.
And Jeff it was the first time he hasn't been to a meeting, and I can't tell you how long last meeting.
yeah.
And that was a family issue, so, yeah. And it was like just right before it happened, right before he was leaving, so it was kind
Well,
of
I
just.
think you need to make sure that, understand that communication needs to go both ways. You know, I know you made the comment about going up and weed eating. If, I mean, you talk about all the money spent up there, but yet it doesn't seem like anybody on our side knows about any of that stuff happening.
We make
So-
sure every time that when we go up there, and if we are about to do something, we make sure that we text them or we call them or a few days in advance, and we'll be like, hey, we have a clinic or we have a work detail, because we do work details at the fairgrounds as well, and we'll be like, hey, what do you need done? What are some things that you might need done back at the
That
Horse
stuff
and
needs to
Pony
be communicated directly with the park board prior to in a public meeting, so
Okay.
that way, because of what's happening, that can go to the park manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that get to the park board members?
barn? Probably not.
Probably not, or if it goes to the park board members, does the park board manager know that the bathroom should be open? See, the
Yep.
community, I'm
Yeah,
playing the
no.
devil's advocate here.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
We've, as a group and a community, we've got to get to the point where we find solutions and quit the bickering on both sides. It's not 4-H.
Right.
Trust me, I was in 4-H, I fully respect it, it's going, I think it's a great organization, I think it's wonderful, I fully support it as long as I'm sitting here, okay? But we've got to get, because it's not just 4-H, as soon as we solve this 4-H problem, it's gonna be a food pantry problem, it's gonna be a Lions Club problem, and there's gonna be another problem. Because everybody, there's so many different organizations, it's gonna be a Christmas light problem, you know?
I will say, I know that a lot of times why the bathrooms are locked is because there's been so much vandalism
Yes.
up there.
Yeah, and-
I don't think she wants to keep them locked. I think it's because of the vandalism
And-
and then so much money going into it when that happens.
And they need to be cleaned, so that creates a whole nother thing. It's like, yeah, let's keep the bathrooms open, but do we need, between vandalization, people vandalizing stuff and cleaned, who's that fall back on when it needs to be cleaned? That's gonna fall back on the taxpayer's responsibility in maintaining those buildings, right? So I think they should be open too, I agree, but I also don't, but do we need to have an agreement about cleaning. We need to make sure that, someone's gonna take responsibility, that they get locked back up so people aren't over there vandalizing. Like, these are questions and solutions that need to be worked out between you guys, 4-H, Park Fair Board, 4-H Board, and the Park Board.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, the whole bathroom thing, like who's doing what, to me, I don't think it's necessarily our job that we need to go up there, lock, unlock, and clean the bathrooms, because it's not ours. It's not. It's the county's. It's not 4-H. We do not own any of that. All we own is the extension office. And the stalls, like, they're the pins that get put up to around them.
Office, the commissioners own the extension office.
Oh, excuse me, sorry, I did not know that. But like that kind of stuff, like it's not our responsibility in my eyes to see that.
Okay. But that is something that needs to be brought up
And it has been.
at the Park Board meeting. It needs to be, and don't leave into a solution to the problem. If they say no, they say no. But I want it done in a public meeting, right?
Yeah.
If they can't find a solution to the problem, whatever the decision is. My recommendation is find a way to be open, or find a way to work it out, or find a way to put a passcode on it that where certain people know what it is, or one leader has a key, and it's their responsibility, at least go in and make sure, because I think you guys want a little bit more free reign to do whatever you guys want to be able to do over there, and sometimes that takes that responsibility of having the bathrooms open, so a park board manager, one employee that the park has, doesn't have to be spending all of her, because every time she goes over there and opens that up, that's 1 hour she's not mowing grass, that's 1 hour she's not doing other things, right? So that's playing the devil's advocate. Park board, fair board, 4-H, need to sit here in a public meeting. It's why they're here and they're televised, and they need to get a solution to these problems. I don't care what it is, as long as it solves the problem, okay? That's how I feel about it, and I appreciate you coming in. Takes a lot to come in here and sit before us. But I would,
She said something, I was just gonna see what she said.
is there any other public comment regarding this?
All right.
A lot of public comment, but do I need to come up there or?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm Leader I sit on the Area 1 board.
Okay.
I was,
And what's that in conjunction to the other boards that sit over there?
It
Because
has
this is where things are getting
it has
convoluted, I'm
nothing
gonna
to
be
do
honest with
4-H
you.
board.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with the Fair Board. It's its own entity. We put on a show once a year to bring all the counties together. It just so happens that we utilize Ripley County. We
Okay.
rent the venue from Ripley County. And that's where all this stall stuff come up.
Okay.
And I was one of the guys, because I also volunteer for 4-H, just a 4-H volunteer, spend most of my time at the Horse and Pony Barn. We do a lot of work back there, maintaining. We fixed the fences around the arena. Myself and Jason Young fixed those to get those ready. So Ripley County, or the park, wouldn't be in breach of their contract, because when we leased that at Area 1, we leased the arena, the practice arena, those grounds back there. We weren't gonna be able to use the back arena. You had a fence sitting at about a 30-degree angle back there. So I went up on a Tuesday night.
I would say I would refer to the park board had a fence that
Okay.
was leaning
I wouldn't
over
say you
there.
guys, it said,
We have direct control over every one of these buildings, but there's a
Right.
board that is in charge of the maintenance
I would
of
agree with
that
that.
facility.
I completely understand that. I'm sorry how I spoke.
And sorry, I just want to be clear, because if
You
it was,
guys know
if
that-
it was easy for me to fix, that easy for me, I would have had it fixed already.
Right, I understand that. And moving on, so it's the park board's responsibility to oversee those grounds, correct? And the park board entered into an agreement with Area 1 that the facility would be ready, correct? That's how the agreement was, that
Okay.
it was supposed to be ready. As 4-H, because two of us volunteers, leaders sit on the Area 1 board, we got everybody together from our 4-H club, fathers, mothers, kids, whoever could help, to get those grounds ready for the park board, so the park board would not be in breach of contract to Area 1, because we would have just, as Area 1, we would just had to cancel the show. We had no other venue to go to. So I agree 100% with what you're saying about the park board and the fair board. You just need to get some people together, talk, make some concessions, and write a decent contract that is good for everybody. I think 4-H should be out at the park helping. We only have, in our contract, we only get it two weeks out of the year. But we do get to put on our clinics and utilize the facilities throughout the year for other things. So in repayment for that, volunteering some of our time down there as 4-H, I don't think hurts anybody. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and the motto says to make the best better, in my opinion. Let's make it better.
So, so I agree. I think the issue is how do we get the park board and the fair board in the same room and make some concessions and some agreements to make it better for everybody? I mean, that's really what I think everybody wants. I mean, you guys don't want to listen to this bickering month in and month out every year, do you? I mean,
I'm about 6 years in now.
right. I'm 4 years in as a volunteer, and I'm ready to wave the white flag and find another county to take my daughter to.
So I want your board, I want everybody in them boards at this next park board meeting.
I would love, I mean, I know I can represent Area 1 board.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, so there's 4-H board now, probably someone from the extension office, Dave Osborne, we all just need to come in this meeting and hash this thing out with the park board meeting. I don't care if it takes till 3 o'clock at night, them guys are being paid to sit here.
Right.
They're being, and decisions need to be made, not bickering. What are the challenges, what are the questions, what are the things that need to be done, and what are the solutions to the problem?
So as a person that just sits on a little tiny Area 1 board, I understand parliamentary procedures and things like that. What do we have to do to get the park board and all the members, because I've come into the last several park board meetings and you can't get everybody there at the same time. How do we get that entire board to show up for a meeting, not just Rob Vestal, Charlie Baylor, and Owens? We need everybody to come, we need the entire park board, but they don't show up for all the meetings. If you start looking at the back meetings, most of those chairs are empty. You'll have one guy sitting there, one guy sitting there, and one guy sitting there.
So do they ever put off a decision because people aren't there?
They still put off a decision, but you're not getting the entire board together. How are you getting everybody's opinion together? Because if you only have 3 people's opinion, they do everybody else is gone, well, then you have that backbiting and backstabbing and everything else that we seem to be getting from everywhere in this county. I'm not saying you guys, but I'm just saying everywhere in the county. You get little groups and everybody's talking over here, I think this, this, and this. Get everybody together in one room, solve the darn problem. I don't see where it's that hard. I mean, I'm from Dearborn County. I wouldn't have put when we looked around to see where we wanted to bring our daughter to run horses, everybody said Ripley County. Ripley County Wranglers would be the best fit for you. We come over here, since I've entered into this, I've done nothing but donate my time, blood, sweat, and my own personal money. I've put money into that park up there out of my electrical contract. I own an electrical contract business. Now, I do get some work from the park, but I bid on it, and I get it fairly. But I've donated RV pedestals, the labor to put them in, we put them in. The girls raised money for the lighting. My company went up there at cost, no profit, at cost, installed all the arena lighting up there. I've done, at the lowest cost I could possibly do for the park manager, Christie, which I know very well, we did security lighting. We've done a lot of stuff up there to try to better the park, and I volunteer every year through the fair. I'm the guy that when there's an electrical issue, I go around and fix. I've never once billed that park for any of my time or labor. That's all done. And I'm not even I'm a member of your community, but I feel more like I'm more of a member of Ripley County than I am Dearborn County. If I could move my house 500 yards over the line, I would. I just do not care for Dearborn County, and I see what the commissioners down
Well, I'm a
there.
little biased, I don't blame you.
Well, I've seen what they've done. Look at their 4-H event down there. They get 8 horses in,
Yeah.
a few hogs, a couple things. They don't even have
Our
rides
4-H,
anymore.
our 4-H fair is
Spectacular.
is spectacular.
And I'd just like to give you a few stats right here real quick, but 1 in 9 kids in this Ripley County Community District, 1 in 9 are 4-Hers. And also, at a state level, we are in the top 15% of enrolled 4-Hers in Ripley County. We are huge throughout the state even. It's not just here in Ripley County, southeastern Indiana, it's the whole entire state of Indiana. Like, we do get recognized for that kind of stuff as well.
We get recognized for more than that. We had all those counties come in for Area 1, and you know what? Every one of them said, what beautiful grounds. As far as mowed, it looked real nice. I mean, they're like, you guys have a really great opportunity up here. Buildings are a little dysfunctional, need some maintenance and stuff, but what a beautiful place. We have people come from other places that don't have it. But you guys, what I feel like our park board needs to understand is, you guys don't, not you guys, the park board doesn't even have the equipment to properly maintain those grounds. I bring my personal equipment up. Macy's dad, Jason Young, brings his personal equipment up. That's all stuff that we bought and paid for ourselves. We bring up to help keep and break open and work that arena and everything else. Rick Stevens, there's plenty of people that have brought their equipment up and do this work to make it good, but it'd be nice if, like, once again, somehow we could get everybody to come together to better manage that and to get the necessary grants written to fix the hog barn, fix the horse and pony barn. There's places all over the place, and there's community members and there's people that own businesses that are willing to step up and help out with the sponsorship and taking care of this stuff. But we come to you because you guys are the big cheeses. You guys, somebody from your alls, you guys appoint one of the park members, correct? There's judges that appoint park members, I take it. There's other people
How
that
many
appoint.
appointments do we have?
We just have one.
We have
Yeah, I
one.
think you guys only have one appointment, and then there's other people in the county.
Council has one,
Right.
has, you know. And then anytime the wheels fall off of everything, everybody comes to us to fix it.
Well, you're the commissioners here, so you appoint one position, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you're like that one person's boss. So we're kind of coming to you saying, hey, can you get this person on board to have this meeting? Who else do we need to go to as volunteers, leaders, 4-H members or whatever? Who do we got to get together to get them to come? I know we can get our fair board because we can put enough pressure on our fair board to make sure our fair board shows up here. We can do that part, but we can't make the park board show up. We can't do that.
We can make one of them.
So,
And I believe they do not get compensated if they do not show up.
They
No.
do not.
Yeah, so if they miss a meeting, they do not get compensated. But I'll tell you, it shouldn't be about compensation, trust me. Me sitting here is not about compensation.
we're here to serve.
yes,
We're here to serve the
exactly.
community. And
So, I mean,
that's-
there's 2 park board members that are appointed by council, one by a
Okay.
judge. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to find out who all the
And-
people are appointed by, and then, if
With
there's
that
an
being-
issue with an individual, then you would need to go to those people that appoint those individuals.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that creates another suggestion too. I would get on county council's agenda and I would make
Yeah.
that same proposal, because here's the deal. We have one person out of that board. County council has 2, so who has a little bit more control here?
Well, they do.
They do.
And Judge Key has to.
So, I mean, there's, so I'm not saying, like, I'll make my recommendations that I have here in a public meeting, right? And I'm more than happy to, attend. Over the years, I had attended the park board meetings quite often. But I think the other part is too, is relaying that to council, because if something needs to change and if these appointments can't get it figured out, then, I mean, I've said this in a public meeting, so what I'm telling you now is nothing that I've never said before, but if we need to find a way to dissolve the park board and put the county commissioners in charge of the park board manager, I'm not opposed to that if I could legally do it. Because then we would hire the park board manager, and it would be under our directive as to how things get maintained over there. I don't know if I can legally do that with getting the tax rate. But,
It would have to be rewrote.
do I,
It would have to be rewrote.
that is the next step on my puzzle, because I'm not saying that the county commissioners need to have all that control, but by golly, it takes out one layer of barriers that we're running into, right?
I mean, as far as the bathroom issue there, unfortunately, because I do spend a lot of time working at the park here and there, it is an issue. Chrissy's got cameras all over the place. It's gotten a little bit better here recently because we stay in pretty close communication with her. So, typically we can get the keys left in the arena booth to open up the restrooms down there. And she's been working well with me at least in being able to have access to those keys for when we have a clinic or something like that. But I guess this falls back on, Ripley County. She's got cameras. They're pulling up pictures of the people that are causing the issues and destroying stuff. What the heck is the prosecutor in this county doing? Why are we just slapping people on the wrist? Why are we not prosecuting? I mean, I realize kids are underage, but I'll tell you what, I stole one time when I was 5 years old. My parents marched me right back into the little King Quick there, made me apologize to the manager because of the piece of gum I took while I was standing where my dad was paying for whatever he was getting. And I haven't stolen a darn thing the rest of my life because that was the most embarrassing, upsetting thing that had ever happened to me. So, slapping these kids on the wrist for vandalizing our public parks and stuff like that. Why are we not doing more about that? What is the prosecutor's office? Why aren't they doing their job?
Yeah, I can't answer.
And I know you can't, but I don't know where else to go for that kind of stuff, but I see the fight that Christie has up there trying to keep the bathrooms from being destroyed. I see the fight the public has because they can't utilize the restrooms when they're up there. I'm from Boone County, Kentucky. I could walk around that park anytime I wanted and go in any bathroom I wanted and use the restroom. It's sad that this far out, we can't do that up at that beautiful park. Why can't, there's a disconnection all the way across the board, and if you can't get something done, how do you fix it? You got cameras, you got police, you got a prosecutor, and you got the identity of kids, and they're getting a slap on the wrist, and nothing's being done. And then for that, every citizen in this county should be mad because their money's not being protected. they pay to upkeep that, correct?
Right.
I have that frustration too.
Yeah. So that's really all I got to say, unless you got anything for me.
I just try to get organized as a group, and that's, I think that might be a little, I think that's some of the challenge. You guys, like, there's been 3 different boards, everything gets
Right.
convoluted. We got Park Board, Commissioners Board, Area 41, Area 1 Board, Fair Board, and 4-H Board, okay? Somehow we've got to get this communication on both sides straightened out, okay? And I don't know how to do that, but, I mean,
I think you need to get somebody that's going to be more of a leader with a more open mind instead of thinking one-sided.
I agree with that.
I think that's some of the problem.
You gotta see from both sides, and I agree with that, and like I said, there's gotta be some concessions made on both sides. It can't be all one-sided, I agree, and that's kinda how I think we felt as 4-H, it's kind of been one-sided, we're being mandated by different boards to do things as a club, and, I mean, I'll tell you, you got a fight on your hand if you try to mandate my 13-year-old daughter to do something. Who are you to mandate her? That's not good, that dog don't hunt. But, like I said, there's got to be some way we can work this out. So, I mean, as far as I can speak for Area 1 Board, we will have representation there for the meeting. And I know enough people at the Fair Board.
why don't you guys, why didn't everybody like get together and like a formal, like write something up, like an idea as to what the expectations are.
Okay.
And like, you know, take the lead on like, this is what our expectation is and this is what we're willing to do. Like, this is what we're willing to do and this is the expectation from the park board, right? Like,
Right.
like let's try to put something tangible on paper and go back to, and then go to the park board, like, is this realistic, is this unrealistic, right? You know, is it realistic that, you know, we're the only ones that use the arena, so we're gonna make sure that you as a group, that the arena, you know, is being used for this purpose and has the dirt the way it needs, but in return, we wanna make sure that the bathrooms are open and the fence is fixed, right? Like, maybe we need to get down to the nitty-gritty on what the expectations really are, and then go to the park board and be like, you know, is this reasonable?
Right.
You know, can we, you know, get a mutual understanding that this is the way it is, you know? Because there's just a lot of back and forth that goes on. I hear it, trust me, you guys aren't the only ones over the year, you know.
Right.
Fair week, my phone rings off the hook about who's using what, who's driving what, where's something going, who's allowed to do, my phone rings off the hook.
I think that's one of the biggest problems is the park just doesn't have enough equipment. It's not, you know, we would, if the equipment was there, we could had a place to keep the equipment all the time, it wouldn't be a big deal for a me or a Jason or a Rick or somebody to come up there and drag those grounds to, you know, to keep that arena, you know, good. Because there's a lot of times we want to come up there just to let our daughters practice in the arena, and it's a great facility for them to do that. But when you have to trailer up equipment, then trailer up horses just to do it, that's a lot of work, a lot of work on our end. So there's things that we got to work through, and I think that's something we probably need to deal with the park board. But I would imagine, you know, when it comes back to money, we're going to be coming back to the commissioners or council for where can we, how can we get some money together to improve some of the equipment for the park so it's a little bit easier for everybody to do their job. So is that where we would come back to you guys for that kind of stuff?
I
or is that
think
council?
everything needs to go through the park board. I mean, everything,
Yeah.
the park,
So we take everything to the park board, and the park board is supposed to then come to you guys or council to appropriate the money.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So, I
okay.
mean, if, I don't know what equipment you say you're needing, just say if you say you need a tractor. I mean, that's up to the park board.
Right.
To put the money in the budget
Right.
to get a tractor.
Okay,
So then, you know, that's all on them. That's got nothing to
Okay.
do with us. But, I mean, they may come to us and say, hey, now, we're thinking about buying a tractor. Do you agree with that?
Right.
And we may give our opinion, but it's up to them to figure out how to do it.
Well, they do have a tractor, but a lot of the problem is up there, there's only usually Christie,
Yeah.
one person.
yeah,
Summertime, they've been getting,
couple
we've got
others.
a very good worker right now,
Yeah.
April, but it's hard, they don't have the funds for the help. There's not enough help. That's a lot of the problem.
You know, that was my comment. I made a comment to somebody that, you know, we're hiring summer help and we're giving them no benefits. Maybe they should put put money in a budget to hire a full-time person, to get a person that, that's going to be there all year round. That's up to them. They need to put that in their
Right,
budget. But if that's the drawback, that they don't have the labor to do what's needed to be done, they need to figure out a way to get the labor there. And if it's hire a full-time person, that's what they need to do.
Right. It's just like you can't even do a high school kid because they got to be 18 to be on a lawnmower.
Well-
So it's so hard and it's tough.
Sir, could you tell me what your name was again?
I was
Lee,
going,
Lee?
Lee, first name's Lee, last name's Erb, E-R-B.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. It seems like it's a funding problem, and as a community or whatever, we've made it really difficult to do anything. Heck, I used to mow lawns all the time in the summertime. There was all kinds of things I could do as a kid, from 12 on up, I've been working my life away. Now, you got to hold their little hand till they're 18, and
Yep.
it's kind of sad, but that's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. All right, well, I appreciate you, both of you being here. And let's see what we can do with the park board. And, I mean, I'm about to the point to where I think we need to figure something different out. And maybe after the 4-H fair this year, we'll get our legal team. I'm to the point where, what within the state law where we can still get where we can still do the funding and change the structure of the current system. I don't
and
know.
I appreciate everything you've done up there based on what you said.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine, if I was sitting on the park board and somebody came to me, such as yourself, and say, hey, we want to do all this, I would think the park board would be more than willing to say, well, we'll pay for the supplies if you're going to donate the labor. That's what I have a hard time understanding what it's a win-win for them. I don't understand why they're not being more open to what you're doing. So
I think a lot of
you
it's
know,
budget.
yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
And
I
if
mean,
that's the issue, then they need to put in some money. I mean, they need to figure out a way to get the money.
It's a lot of working priorities. They have their objective and their plan, and it might not fit in conjunction, might not be the priority for the area for your group this year, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, like, I've watched enough of these meetings to where the communication's bad on both sides. And I'm just gonna call it out as it is,
You're right.
what it is. So let's try to work on that before I have to do something that really irks some people by changing the whole structure and the whole current process, because that might not be the easiest thing to do. But I think at some point you have to say, you know what, if it's not working, it's not working, you need to change something, okay? But let's try to get by another 6-8 months, see what we can do, reevaluate this, and if we can't, then, I mean, the appointments are clearly, if we appointed everybody on that board, we'd have a lot more control, right?
well, yes.
I appoint one.
Well, there's a reason why you guys appoint,
on that.
other people appoint
Yeah.
things, that way it can't be controlled by just one
Yeah.
entity, but.
You know, and there's a lot of very pro 4-H people on that board too. There really are. There's some people that have, I know 2 of them that have been on that have been involved in 4-H way longer than they've been involved in that board. So, you know, it's just challenging. But anyways, we actually need to get going, because I could probably talk about this challenge here for a long time.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys so much for the time.
Can we make a quick recess?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so too.
Hey Sammy, how are you? Not bad, thanks. Take care.
How you doing?
Fine, sir.
Good to see you. Were you busy at all last night?
A little bit, just monitoring things.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to bed, I turned my radio on last night, 'cause my wife was all worried, like, I'm not getting anything from EMA. I said, go to bed, don't worry about it. I said, when I get a weather report from EMA with stuff on it, that's when I said, just go to bed.
No, we dodged the bullet again.
Yeah.
That's twice now.
Because I thought, I only got an inch and a quarter rain. And when I was looking at it, I thought we were getting like 2 or 3, and one of the certain sections that had it, I was good, because I needed a break. I need to know, if I could just get a half-inch of rain, it would be great.
Is there a meeting back there?
State Board of Accounts is back there. Why, Lee?
I was just
You can
curious.
still go back there.
Oh.
There's, I mean, they don't have people back there, but.
Did you, I think I sent you this, did you recognize any of the people on that second page as ever having done any business with Ripley County whatsoever? I sent that to, well, actually Lisa sent it to me, and then she sent it to the health department and the sheriff. And I checked with Erwin Levin if it was anything to do with the
Like, we
opioid.
would have, like, maybe got payment from them, or.
Well, either payment or they had some
You
sort
didn't
of
send
contract.
this to me, you called me.
Okay, yeah. Lisa can't find anything, they don't know any tax. Erwin Levin says they're not affiliated with the opioid class action lawsuit. And so we're not really sure why we were named as a creditor in a bankruptcy. And I told her as long as they don't owe us any money, there's nothing to file, no proof of claim. But if there is, you know, we've got a certain deadline to file by. So, but we're coming up blank. And that could just be attorneys who are dotting their i's and crossing their t's if there's ever been any business affiliation. But it kind of got me to thinking, could it be anything to do with EMS and paramedics or anything like that? Hello. How you doing?
It's in the settlement.
Oh, okay. Remember, okay, so this is your regular settlement. Okay.
Down in the bottom drawer. If they'll wait on me, I'll.
No, it's fine. Okay, yeah.
You can get it if you want it, but I mean, like, it's in the bottom drawer, I think middle file, no, not file cabinets. But it should be in there. There wasn't the reconciliation and the allocation.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
I can't, it's just.
How you been, young lady?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. How's,
Kind of busy.
See, me, yeah,
did I
I'm
talk to
busy.
you the other day when I called?
Probably not,
I
I'm
thought
working
you-
two jobs.
Well, I talked to the auditor's office, and they told me to come over for that appointment this month. It was supposed to be like July the 6th. She said, come here by 10 o'clock, and then they did it before the end.
Yeah, they might be able to. We're pretty busy this morning, but we'll get you in.
But she said, come
Might
here.
be 10:30, but
Well, she said, just come and
Yeah.
sit, and that's what.
yeah, you'll be fine.
We can sit here or we can sit at home.
Yeah, that's right.
If we're going to accomplish anything.
That's right.
Jeff, I talked to Jeff, he's the one who told me, I called everybody.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, thank you, kid.
Yeah.
So C's doing okay, she
She is, she's
beauty here
good.
down now?
Huh?
She beauty here down?
Yeah,
She
she's
wasn't
still doing
busy.
here, she's working at, she was the Fringe here in Versailles.
Good. But she wasn't Phoebe.
She was, she closed that, there was so much stuff that needed to be done to the building, and she was just renting it, and he wouldn't fix it, so she was like, I can't do it. I mean, when Sam was here, he was doing part of it, so, and when he passed away, like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I know it's hell trying to get things done down here.
yeah. So, she just went up here and started working with the girls, she really likes it, she enjoys it.
That's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
That's all it's all about.
I think she's gonna try to maybe go back to school too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's not real sure for what, she's gonna go take some general classes first and figure it out, but just to have stuff on her record in case she needs, hair's getting a little slow because of the economy.
Well, it's so expensive,
It is.
you know.
All right, let's get back at it here.
Auto is expensive.
All right.
No, I don't have anything.
Todd, we skipped you. We are only 25 minutes behind here.
Not too bad.
So we're going to get Todd in, and then we have Doug Rump on the agenda at 9:30. He's not here. And then Tim Keith, okay. And then,
I've lost some sparks. I talked to Jeff, and I called the auditor like he told me to, and she said, get down here early and set, we'll work in or something like that.
okay,
That worked.
Okay.
okay.
It was July the 6th was the next
Yeah.
appointment.
Well, unfortunately, when you do it that way, you got to sit here and listen to me talk until I can fit you in.
We're here. We got more time, we got money.
Okay, well, let's have Todd Schutte, since he's on the agenda at 9 o'clock. He's got,
Fine, we're here just,
and then our 9:15, we moved up, which obviously that one went over, and we'll see if we can fit both of you in, and so,
Hi, Todd.
Well, I won't take a whole lot of time. So
perfect.
Jeff called me and said that you guys wanted a little update. Been at this for about 4 months now.
Been that 4 months already.
Yeah. I've assembled a team of a deputy director. I got Randy Merkel in that position.
Okay.
I got Amanda Smith. You may know her from dispatch. She's an administrative assistant. She's taken over for Rich.
Perfect.
And we've been recruiting. We've taken on about 6 to 8 volunteers. So we're kind of trying to build our team up so that we've got positions filled. So if there is a disaster. Luckily, the last few days, we've dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
Keep knocking on wood. We've been pretty fortunate there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're working on that. I have some job descriptions. I reviewed the job descriptions for the deputy director, myself, and the administrative assistant. If you guys would like a copy of those, I can hand them out. That's up to you. Otherwise, I'll just give them to you.
Yep.
So,
And you've updated them?
yeah.
Okay, cool. You know more about it than I do.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I just took what was there and kind of revised some of it. Some of the stuff pertained to what we were doing and some didn't, so we just kind of changed that around. We did complete our requirements for the state. We had a THIRA plan that was kind of hanging out there. It was supposed to have been done last October. And so we got that completed and sent off to the state, so we're in good graces with those guys. In doing so, I've started reviewing our emergency action plans. So I have a promulgation that I would like you guys to sign. This is for our EOP, our Emergency Operations Plan. I revised it from, it was 154 pages, it's down to about 40 pages now. So I've taken a lot of the fluff out of it and tried to get to the point. I've noticed that a lot of times if you have a really thick plan, they may read the first few pages and they're like, you know. So I've tried to slim down a lot of our plans. And so I've worked on the emergency action plan. We've got a response plan that I've just completed, and I'm working on a training and exercise plan also. So plans are no good if you don't train and exercise with them. So trying to come up with a way that we can work those in, that we can continually improve and try and make those better. So,
So do either of these plans you're talking about have any overlap with the new county comprehensive plan that we put in place?
no, these are more just towards
Okay,
emergency.
so none of the county comprehensive plan doesn't reference any of your plans, is what I
No, the only plan that the county has adopted is the emergency hazard mitigation plan. And so everything that these plans are written for is to take what was in that hazardous mitigation plan and create a emergency action for them.
Okay, yeah.
So the hazardous mitigation just says, these are the hazards you have. Now this is, okay, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. That's really what these plans are that I'm working on. So, I did get with the election board representative, is it Liz?
Liz?
Liz Baumgartner. She asked me to help her with a election and polling place security plan, so we got that completed.
Oh.
Got that taken care of. And we're currently working on grants, where we applied to the RMC and Duke Energy. They have 2 grants out there. It's part of their Roundup programs that they have. And so we've applied for those. Those are smaller grants. They're $2,500 and I think $4,500, I think is the other one. We also intend to apply to the Ripley County Community Foundation. I spoke with Jeff about our large grant that we get through the federal government. It's the HSHP grant. It's for $150,000. That's the one that we talked about, generators. But after reviewing that with our district liaison from the state, probably wouldn't be a good idea for us to apply for generators, since Randy Miller got generators just a few years ago, and he was able to secure, I think, 4 or 5, way it looks from what you gave me there, 4 or 5 generators. So our likelihood of getting that grant would be pretty slim to none. It's a very competitive grant. So one thing we were looking at is cybersecurity. So right now, the biggest threat to any county is cybersecurity. And I know Becky's been working with the Total Tech and those guys to come up with some ways to make things more secure. And so we attended a conference last week on cybersecurity, and it's crazy. And so the state has had four cyber hits, county-wide cyber hits, since the first of the year. And usually when you do have one of those, you're talking millions of dollars in loss. And so I think that's our biggest threat right now. So we are going to try and focus that grant towards making things a little more secure, beefier. If we need, computer servers or whatever, I mean, I need to talk with Becky and see what's out there and what our needs may be. So
The boys just got hit not too long ago, and it took their financials, their payroll, everything out.
yeah. So those threats are real. Everybody thinks that, they won't happen here. We're just small little towns in little Ripley County, and
Yeah.
you're the fruit on the tree right there, because they're the ones looking at it going, well, these little small towns don't have the ability to have all the security as the big cities. So
Yeah.
they're going to target us first. So we want to make ourselves more resilient there. Other than that, like I say, I've been meeting with our volunteers and our group. We plan to do some community outreach at the county fair and other, community events and stuff like that. So on that.
All right. Did we ever figure out whose purview the sirens were under? We had that issue with the one in Cross Plains, but nobody really.
Tornado sirens?
Yeah, where it needed some work done, battery backup, blah, blah, blah. We never did really figure out whose purview.
Tornado sirens, that is complete. That is working. It's up and running. Cross Plains.
Is that under your purview? Do you take care of that?
I did take care of it.
Okay, so is there any other ones in the
We got
county?
the board out. We got it maintained.
Okay, so I just,
Reprogrammed. It was a radio issue because
Okay.
they upgraded the radio system at the dispatch. So it wasn't communicating with that siren because it was an older
yeah,
siren. So we just sent the communication board in and had it reprogrammed, and that's up, it's running.
It does
Everything's-
work.
okay, so I just,
Good.
are there any other ones in the county that need to be maintained or?
The
Is that the
county
only
is
one?
only responsible for that one
Okay,
weather siren. So the other weather sirens, those are, the other communities, the other fire departments, most of those are maintained by those guys.
Okay.
We have nothing to do with that.
Because we had some questions early on whose responsibility it was, and then the landowner, and he gave us permission to do whatever we needed to do, so.
Yeah,
Glad you got it taken care
The
of.
only tornado siren we're responsible for is that
All right,
one.
thank you.
Okay.
Great.
So,
Cool. Anything you need from us?
just some signatures if I can get them.
We can do that.
Is that anything John needs to look at, or are we just good to go with it?
You want to look at the plans again?
I mean,
I mean, it's a,
I don't see where that have any legal
right.
connotation or
It's
anything.
just saying that you're accepting what I'm doing,
all right?
basically.
You're so-
I don't think there's any legal line to it.
Yeah, I doubt there is.
Is that the emergency action plan or the response plan, or is that both?
That is for the emergency operations plan
Emergency.
and the response plan. It's two plans. It's the emergency operations and the emergency response plan.
do we have a motion? I can send it down to you if you guys want to review it first. Ask for a motion to, ask for a motion for the county emergency operations plan.
I'll make that motion.
I'd like to look at it first.
Yep.
Hold on, let me.
Sure.
Have you been working with, like 911, EMS, Sheriff's Department? You guys all in
I've met
community,
with
EMS?
911 and I've met with the sheriff's department. I've talked with EMS a few
Okay.
times, but
Yeah, just,
I try to make my rounds and
yeah,
talk to everybody.
I mean,
In my office and causes trouble.
Me?
yeah. The,
I'll second motion.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I would, I mean, just make it a habit to come see us every 6 months or so, all right? Not saying you gotta be here at every meeting, but,
Thank you.
Jeff forgot about you for a couple
You need-
months. He was,
Amy will probably want a copy of that. Okay.
Thanks, Todd.
appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks.
You can just email it to me, Todd, if you
Hey.
want. You don't have to come back up here.
What's that?
You can just email it to me. You don't have to come back up here with a copy of it.
Right.
Thanks.
Tim Keith?
Did you guys get the pictures that my daughter sent them, emails with all the flooding problems? County's out there this morning
Okay.
digging the ditches. If they was all full of mud, they're slinging mud. Slinging more water than they are mud.
I bet it's a mess.
And there's a few culverts that gotta be, people's ran over and smashed, it's gotta be straightened up. But like last night, it flooded in front of the house, you probably seen some of the pictures. And I got a ditch that lays north of me. I guess that's why I'm here. It's on Mary Effie's, but she put it in her daughter's name, the farm.
Okay.
Is
And-
it on East Mud Pike?
Yeah, 2013,
I just wanna
but
make sure.
right there at the intersection.
2013, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
And there's a culvert, a ditch that lays in back of me. I had trouble, I don't know, I'd say it's probably been 25 years or longer, and we all come down here and we made a decision, they was gonna keep it mowed, and they kinda put a little ditch in there.
Okay.
It's got probably a 2-foot culvert comes from the west side onto the east side. It's half full of stuff right now. The other day, we had that three inches or so of rain. After it quit, I went out, and I mean, the culvert you can't even see. It's plugged up. It won't, if you've seen some of the pictures of it, if you're looking in the back of where my garage is, you kind of look to the east. That's where the ditch is supposed to be. But it's all growed up with grass, and there's a tree planted.
Is that this picture here? Can you,
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
There were some different ones in there you're looking, yeah, and the ditch is supposed to be over here. It's supposed to be pretty close to that tree, but
Okay.
Mr. Effing decided he wanted to plant a tree there.
Is it Carla Davidson?
Yeah, yes, Carl is her first name.
Okay.
So I guess I'm down here to find out what my right is to that ditch, getting it opened up, or water's gotta flow there. I got 3 fields that I am trying to take care of here. We got barbed walkie on the east, and all hers runs down towards the road, 200 east that runs north and south there. Then I got across, I got Kibi Sheets. It runs, and as long as that water stays on the west side, I really don't ever have any trouble. I ain't had no trouble a long time today. What happened? Terry Volts. They rented his ground out this year to graze over by Delaware on the other side tracks over there. And he took a big disc and took the top of the ditch off.
Is that what they're fixing today along the road?
Well, they're just getting it, more or less the mud out of the thing. Terry's, I went and talked to him yesterday. He was he was sorry. He knew kind of this probably happened, because you can see it, there ain't no grass there. He took a disc and they went and took the hard crust off the top of the ditch. So what's that do? The water just, it's coming out 75 feet from my house up the road towards Effings, mud on the road. Where it's coming across, the road, and once it gets the road, it follows the road, because it's the easiest path. And it comes down towards me, because I'm kind of in the low area there. And he's coming down, and he said, well, they might be able to put a cover crop up along the edge. It might help. He said if anything come, he might dig another ditch. He was sorry about it. I never had, words.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't help that this was probably in that time period when we got the 3-4 inches of rain, wasn't
Well,
it?
this spring, I had 4.5 inches and this not happened.
Okay.
But the fields was not disted up.
Yeah, true, yeah.
And the culvert in behind me had riprap that come from the west side over, it's plugged up. There's no way. If you take grass and put it here and pour water on it, it's not going to spread out. It's not going to go. You put it on a flat table, the ditch is flat. That's what I had to deal with 25 years ago. And it ain't been bad, Carl. It made a little bit of ditch, but it wasn't much, but they kept it mowed. Mary had a stroke a couple years ago in the winter, and last year she didn't mow it, and I mowed it once where my leach lines are, and never had much trouble this spring, but it's gradually, because of this, the mud, every time they plant it. Last year they didn't plant, so I didn't have no trouble probably.
So outside of the road ditch and what we're trying to fix today for you, which I'm sure is a mess because of the rain we got.
Oh, it's a mess.
What do you need from us?
Well, I need to know what my right is on that ditch north of me. Do they got to keep it open, or they just leave it go and the water backs up on me? I'm standing here on this, I'm right here on this corner.
Okay.
And all that water's coming on both sides of the roads, kind of around me. Then it's coming back here to another ditch that's supposed to be here. Going back of my property. And it's all in weeds like this, and the culvert's half plugged up.
Could you show me where that culvert is?
I'm trying to find it.
I've got your aerial pulled up. Could you show me where you're
That's
talking
what
about?
I'm flipping through the pictures here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of,
You're fine.
See where we at.
So there's your,
Right here on the corner. All right, the culvert's right here. Now this ditch comes right there in my property. I got a stake Mr. Effing put there years ago. And the water is supposed to go like this. That dark thing is a tree that he planted.
okay.
And if you walk down into my yard, like right there, like behind my building, and look back at the
So
culvert,
that's
you
the
can't even
picture I
see
was
it.
looking at there.
yeah, I'm gonna zoom
Yeah,
in
see,
here.
Mark. You got this, and then he's got the picture.
See, these are waterways she's got.
So what this culvert you're talking about is along the road, or is it?
Yeah, it's across the road from this,
So the,
across 200 east.
right, so the county is out there cleaning that out today?
Well, they're not gonna do anything now, I never, they,
Right. The ditch he's referring to is on private property that
Yeah.
needs cleaned out.
Do you not have, who owns the property do they farm it? The owner of the property,
no,
do they farm
rent
it?
it out. But where it is, it's a grass field,
Okay.
right behind my property.
It looks like that's a waterway.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a
That is
waterway.
supposed to be a waterway.
Walk through it.
So,
Okay,
It's not
I
a-
guess my question is, have you reached out to the farmer that is leasing it?
No, he just rents the farmland.
Well, but
I mean, I don't really know what to
it's
do.
probably
Last time I
behoove,
come down
it's
here-
probably behoove him to make sure that that waterway is clear too, to get the water off his
Well,
property.
he don't ever do anything there.
Well, I mean, it might be worth giving him a call and saying, hey, if you clean out the waterway.
Well, the
you know,
water ain't coming off of them. You understand what I'm saying? Water's coming across the road down the ditches around me.
It's not coming off of this field. though.
It ain't
It's
coming
not.
off of it.
Okay.
It all goes back to where there is a ditch.
So the waterway's working back here.
Because you see,
Yeah.
it's hard to see in this picture, but if you was out there and look,
Here, this is the water work. That's where
like,
it's coming.
see how my
across.
property, and right
Across the
here,
road down.
Yes.
it's real deep. But however this tree is, it's flat as this table here.
Yeah, it's getting fill where it's actually raising from,
is that natural? Nobody's putting it there on purpose? Is that waterway just filling in?
Yeah, I guess.
Slow the water down?
But I had a lot of trouble.
But then you also had that, your erosion was coming from this field, right? Oh, why you got a touch screen?
it's coming.
No, it's coming from all, I mean, the water problem I had was coming straight across there. It's
And then
coming
it's going down-
across sheets
Okay,
and
but the water's flowing that direction.
it's supposed to go that way. That's the only way it can get out.
John, what jurisdiction do we have to get someone to, they can clean out their waterway?
Well, as far as water that's flowing over onto you from what would be south of you,
No, it would be north of me.
or,
West,
yeah,
north.
but the water flows, does it not?
No.
Doesn't the water flow
Well, I
It's
ain't got,
supposed to
don't,
flow out towards
Maybe
the
it's
north.
moving.
east?
it ought to be
In
the
back of
same
my,
thing.
you can see the building.
So-
There's a ditch right there.
So the water that comes from the west
See,
Yes,
on this
This is
property
coming-
of Walkie,
yeah.
and that may work its way north from Sheets or from Bowles.
Yes, it all gotta come.
It
my
needs
way.
to flow through this Carla Davidson
Yeah.
property.
They come down.
And you're saying it looks like there's a pretty good sized tree
Yes,
in the curve of this
But
waterway.
it comes,
yeah.
Okay, and you've got some probably natural fill in and stuff like that, so
see, the only reason
a couple options. One, talk to Miss Davidson. Ask her if she will get somebody in there to kind
I
of
thought about
regrade.
it, but we had a lot of, I mean, I mowed that for years.
I get that.
I mean,
But just to get in there, regrade, re-smooth it out so you get the natural flow of water.
this way.
If she won't do that, then the other option is to file
It's
a,
all going to.
Yeah, that's a
complaint
2-foot
with the
culvert.
commissioners, acting as the drainage board, because you're not supposed to basically stop or slow down the natural flow of water.
we'll see that.
And if it wasn't done intentional, then it can be up to you to have to pay for it, potentially, or they can determine if it was placed there intentionally, then it's up to the landowner on whose property it says who put the obstruction there to clean it up. But notices have to be sent to them. Jeff French, as the county surveyor, would need to go out and inspect it and kind of determine, yeah, there is or isn't an obstruction. And if there is, then he'll probably give a recommendation of what should happen and then have a hearing. And hopefully both landowners can kind of communicate.
Would we suggest for him to go down to Amy's office and pay the $50 and do that
If
in
you
this
want,
situation?
but I think the first step,
I ain't gonna go down and talk to her.
go have a.
Yeah, do that.
That's what I would,
Do
And
that.
that's what I would do
She can
first.
say yes or no.
Yeah, and if she says no, then come in and file the appropriate
I'll
form.
go down and see what my rights, I said, I mean,
Yeah.
last time I had a really bad deal with them. I mean, I own an acre there, and they own 80 acres, and.
And all the water's going towards you and then using their property to
And
shoot
they're worried about a
us.
ditch and backup.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
I mean, now Terry, he said he'd do
But
anything. to
even
try to help
but
me.
is where I'm getting at is that whoever's leasing that farm that tree, they might want that tree gone too. whoever's farming.
But it's kind of away from the farming deal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised what roots will suck out of a crop, though.
See, now
You'd be
the rain,
surprised.
But the water's still, I think of whoever's farming it might have just as reason and probably even the resources to go back there and fix that.
and the problem is, over the years, how your trees in your yard is, they come out of the ground.
Yeah.
Do you know who farms it? Did you say who farmed it?
I can't remember who that was. He lives there in Osgood.
Jeff Moltz?
Oh,
No,
Scott White.
Scott White, there it is. I keep. Scott's good.
Scott White?
Yeah, he's good.
I'll go reach out to him.
Yeah, he may just come down there and.
I'll go talk to
point it out.
him. He might, because
See, all his farmland, if you go down 100 feet down into that ditch, it drops off. It's a waterway. Cook County's got that in.
Yeah.
They got a grant before I moved out there and did that.
yeah.
Sounds like a little work with a bobcat or a.
See if you can get it, see if,
Yeah,
I think,
I used to mow
I mean,
that
a
every.
leasing,
and
right?
Carl got-
You
he
lease the
said, "Look,
ground
you
as a
can't mow it
farmer.
anymore
Will you be able to
because
fix that?"
You could file, take it away from him or whatever,
Well, is that?
I think if you get soil and water to
Installed
help
within
you out, I think you have to
government
have
through the
paperwork.
farm
Okay.
So you can
Well, I don't know
do
how
a
much
grant
they
to
get.
do it.
Because they do
gotta-
have
Alright.
Okay,
restrictions.
guys, we got too many people
Yep.
talking at one time, my
all right.
Government
voice is going crazy.
have certain restrictions where you cannot mow after the bird, until the bird nesting seasons are over, like in August, so that could be part of it, who knows?
I don't know, I've been years ago,
Oh.
before I moved that bulky place out there,
Yeah.
the vendors worked on that.
Now, Tim, see if you can get headway that way, otherwise go fill out that paper and we'll do it the harder way, okay? All right? And let's just hope for everybody's sake, we just quit getting 3-4 inches of rain at a time.
Yeah, well, I had 3/4 of an inch and it's still running my driveway, in my perimeter drains, around the house. because
I got, mine's so bad at my house, people are asking me how much it costs for the pay lake.
Well, I got 2 boats.
You can bring it over, there's no fish in it.
Yeah, I got
Just
2 boats
soybeans.
an acre, so, well, thank you for your time.
Hey, we
I'll
appreciate
have to Come back.
All right, we'll see, if you have to, we'll get it straightened out.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
All
Tim.
right, Doug, I know we're running behind here.
That's fine.
Are you, and then I want to be respectful of
Yeah, these folks kind of here for me.
Representative Zimmerman's time too. He's on it.
Vogel is not coming in. I just got a message from my office.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then, you kind folks are more than welcome to come up and introduce yourself. Yes.
Where we live is 846 North Washington. My name's Russell Sparks, and this is my wife Kathy. When we moved there was no stream on this property. Since then, they built the Ripley crossing. It's washed out once. They come in, fixed it up. We got this 4 inches of rain the other day. On a Wednesday, we spent $5,000 to put riprap on our place where it's took out 3 trees. And we've talked to the town. I've been down here. Can't get nothing done. I've went through every chain. I told Jeff, I went through everything. And the town says, well, it's your problem. But the stream goes on through some property, and it's growed up. You can't, we took pictures of it this morning. You can't even see through it. Nobody will do nothing. The town won't do a thing. But there was no water coming through our property there when we moved in there. They built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, I think, or 6 back there since then. And we had no problem. But, like I say, it went clear over the road this past Thursday. Over the road, they built that road up. It's probably 5 or 6 feet higher now what it was when we moved there. And it still went over. It's coming off of 350 and the Ripley crossing, all that.
Coming through a big old woods.
I mean, it sounds like a river coming through there. And it went clear over the road. That's twice, because we was up in Huntington University watching my grandson play ball. And Corky, the sheriff, called me and said, Sparky, you ain't going to believe this. And it was clear over the road, worse railroad ties, clear around that I had in there, clear over to the neighbors. And I mean, I don't know what to do. And I talked to them about, I don't know if I told you, Jeff, or about cutting in there and put some more railroad tie, because When that water comes over, it washes all that down, back down into the stream, and it's like, clogged it up. And we had the town guy out there, his name was what, Doug?
Doug Price.
He come in there and, he acts like it's all my fault. And I said, look, we never had this problem till all this Ripley Crossing and all that over there. He said they put a new culvert in right in there, I know that. But it sounds, and then the neighbors are complaining too, they're about to lose their shed and barn, but I'm here on my property, not worried about theirs so much. But like I say, I just spent $5,000 Wednesday, and the guy done a super job. And he put I don't know how much riffraff in
What was
there.
what was your mailbox number again?
846 North Washington,
North
Washington.
Washington.
It's off of Preble Addition. It's in like a Preble.
That's where it's all growed up, is in the Preble Addition.
I mean,
There's trees, big trees. It's so bushy.
I've got pictures of it, but I never
I
thought,
took pictures this morning, but you can't tell it, it's just like all trees.
and nobody wants to do nothing in town, says, it ain't my problem. Or it's better than it was. That's all I ever hear, it's better than it was.
But we're getting the blunt of it because we're at the tail end. When it comes from the
You got
woods
pulled
off
up.
of 350, we
Whose
get
property is backing all of it?
All that.
that.
I'm sorry.
And
Whose
we
property
get all
is
that
backing
water
all up,
rushing
can you
in
tell?
on our property.
There's not talking about it growed up. Whose property is that?
Sounds to me like it's not a backup problem, it's more of a, it's just coming faster.
Oh, it's coming extremely fast.
So I've got your property pulled up here. Can you show me where you're talking about is what's growed up causing all the problems?
I just found it.
There's your house there.
Yes.
That culvert, if you're looking at your house to the right, right in here,
To the left.
They put one little culvert in there.
right in here, is this a culvert?
We got the 1.5 story, yes.
They put one little culvert in there once, well, that washed it out, so they come back and put an olive loam in there next to the little one. And build it all up, and it's, you're
This is what I
5
took
4 5
pictures
feet
of
that
this
it's
morning.
filled
That's
up.
what the waterway is looking like.
And I
And that's
talked to them
before you
earlier
come
about it.
into, turn and come into our
Is
property.
this behind your, where's this at?
They think I should
This
put
is
it
the,
on my fault.
the street, this is
Yeah.
what you
You
call
know what I
Preble
mean?
Street.
Yeah.
That's like Ripley
Or
Crossing. They
Washington
should have
Street
had-
comes,
they have
as
a
you
drainage
turn down
line
Orange. Look at all this
where that
that's
water
coming
should run
from
into theirs off of
the
their
entrance
property.
when you turn off of the
Downspouts and all
street,
that.
you come into.
Yeah, I
town,
don't know.
you
They
turn
should have had
down
all that in their plan. I
That's
would
right.
suspect, yeah.
What that street's called. But then when you turn onto Preble, once you turn onto Preble, you're getting all of this stuff. Look at how it's so grown
That's
up.
the stream
That's the
going.
culvert we drive over to get to our place,
And where's the creek at?
right
Like,
there.
is it going through this
is
woods
where-
here?
This
See
is
my-
our
see-
property.
Okay, that's what I was looking at on your property, there's these culverts right here.
Yeah,
There's
that's
those
right
two
down below
culverts.
us.
When did they put those in?
Well,
Oh,
one time,
They've been there?
and then another time.
Probably, this has probably been in there
When they
6
put
or
it in,
7
they
years,
cut-
these
they
two
cut the
culverts.
Electric, they
This
done
is
it.
the recent riffraff that we put
Oh,
in.
really?
Oh, yeah, they cut the electric wire,
And
they cut
that's
the
what,
damage to
you know,
sewage.
they put those in. One of them is starting to leave, this one right here, that's on our property. It's
But I'm not
starting-
sure, I'm trying to think of what,
We're one, like I say, I put $5,000, I lost 3 trees because of this, the water rushing through there. I told them, when they put it all in there, that they could cut straight through there.
Yeah, this is another
Well, he
thing
says
right
the
there.
DNR would let
If
us
they
do
could
all that.
just-
He said, I told him, I said,
Yeah.
I told you you could have all this property.
It's-
who put them in? The town?
Miners, miners.
Jeff Miners. They come
Who
back,
paid him?
the town, I guess, because they took over the street. Once the thing, all that was built back in there, the town had to take over the street.
So what,
See, when the water came in the other day, it just literally came across
Came
this
across
road.
that.
Came across that. And
See,
came
we-
up here and we have a railroad tie, and it just literally washed this railroad tie away. And it went over all that riffraff.
How
And
many
I was
went-
just like, we paid $5,000 to have this, and that guy came in the other day, our excavator, and he said, this is right here where we've got, our property stops at these trees. And it's like a little parking spot. And he said, if I could, he says, we don't want to disrupt them, we could cut this bank off
Cut it off, put riffraff in there.
and put riffraff in there, then the water could, because
But
he said
still,
it's
they
washing
won't-
that away.
Well, yeah, because it's literally coming across, hitting your wall, and then
Yes.
shooting back this
It
way.
goes like
But
like this,
is where
around
I,
like this, and back around in like this.
is what we need to understand, though, is what is our responsibility
Yeah,
and what
that's
we can
what-
do. So, I don't know
It's anybody that can come out and look at it, and they can
that,
understand.
I mean, I see the problem, I just don't know who has a legal authority to change anything. Does that make sense? Like, because it's technically in town, and it's a town road.
Okay, but the problem is now, water coming from across out there, are they responsible for it? But
That's a question for John, our
are
attorney.
they
I don't know
responsible for that? Because they're getting, that water's coming from there now, that was never there before.
because I've run into this situation before, that typically the county drainage board really has a jurisdiction when water's being backed up on somebody's property, not necessarily the flow of water has increased. Does that make sense? Like, so if water's being pushed on you because of natural drainage, I don't have jurisdiction over that. Does that make?
It was never there before until something was built over there. Like I said, when I was there 30 years ago, there wasn't nothing there.
Yeah.
You know, there was no water. Now you got 5 feet of water coming across
you're-
there.
See, this is another picture.
I think I
of what
just
they
sent you
built
the
when they
ordinance
built
there,
that
John.
up. There's all this stuff they put there. Then we just recently did
Because I
all
had
this
Vicky
stuff.
look.
Yeah.
Done it right.
And see how we come around with our riffraff over here, because it was washing on there.
It was washing clear back up underneath these cement things they put in there, which they done it halfway. They couldn't come in there and put, because when it first there, they said, why don't you put like pillars in there, build it, do it right. Well, we don't have the money to do that. And then it was also the guy that built the place too, you know, the contractor back in there.
So
It's all been halfway done.
it's,
It's,
this is the property that's got the barn that's being washed out underneath, and
Yeah.
they're just gonna totally lose it.
and the lady across from it is back clear up in her yard, way up in the yard.
I bet so, if it's,
Yeah, I mean, it's back in her yard, she's complaining, but we're here on ours, not, you know, I
Yeah, but-
can't talk for them.
John, what do we have, what do we have to do here, or I don't know.
Well, is this considered a natural surface water course, or does this
No,
kind
it
of have,
wouldn't be natural, it wasn't there when we moved here, so
then does it have defined bedded banks?
There's
You're
just
telling me
coming
there's
through the
no
woods.
cut through that
Just
woods?
sent
No,
you the
it's just
ordinance.
comes through the woods. I mean, right on the other side.
But in a channel, in a particular channel that kind of goes to that low spot?
There seems like water coming every direction now. They got 2 culverts there, it's
But
what,
it's gotta go through the Preble Edition Creekway, and that's the one that's so
it's
rode
screwed
up.
up with.
Well, I just did the elevation, and it does look like that water flows over to the lake there in Milan from that general.
I mean, these
Maybe,
are some
but-
of the pictures of way.
So I mean,
it's
that's your
right up in the
natural
Preble
surface
Edition.
flow.
It's natural.
Is there an obstruction somewhere down the line that's causing that water?
That's what I'm saying, all trees, representation trees, it's grown up.
Or anything.
We're talking town, it might problem, it's property's problem.
Well, it would be probably whoever the property owners are, because the town doesn't have a right of way or easement through there, do they? Where this creek is?
There's 2 bridges there the town's responsible for.
I get that part of it, but if the water's being slowed down and backing it up on you,
Send it.
and it's not getting through
I forgot to
freely,
send it to you.
then it probably, the tree slows down.
Whose problem is that in created this problem when it wasn't there before? That's what I'm getting at, all this coming across from Ripley Crossing, now, this wasn't there before. Who's responsible for all that water that we're getting there that was never here before? That's what I'm getting at.
How long has Ripley Crossing been in now?
Well, I've been
About 30
complaining,
years.
been complaining, I don't know how many years it's been there, but it was never there before.
I'd say at least 20.
And it was never there before. So their kind of responsibility, they're the ones creating all the problems.
But here's the challenge that we have when we start throwing out responsibility. You would have to literally prove, like it's where it gets convoluted at, and I don't even know, I think it would honestly be a civil matter, right, John?
For the most part, I mean, if you want to argue that the trees are blocking and slowing the water down, which is causing it to back up onto you, maybe there's something that could be done about trees or brush or things that have piled up within that natural surface water course. But short of finding that and then having that removed, there's not a lot that the commissioners can do about what water flows.
Who is?
Nobody. If you somehow believe that they have collected water and cast it upon you, then that's upon you to basically go after Ripley Crossing for damaging your property and affecting the use and enjoyment of it. That's not a governmental thing that's going to take care of you on that.
I know I've contacted DNA, they sent me to Indianapolis, I talked to a lady up there. She sends me back to the soil, water, whatever there.
Yeah.
Well, have you talked to an attorney?
Yeah, that's this. I got to put more money out for somebody else that's created the problem. Now, that's the bull crap. That's what it's all about.
I don't disagree with you on that.
But it's gonna cost me money to fix somebody else's problem. And that's not right. That's all about
Well,
the
I know you're
attorneys.
saying.
It's all about this.
Yeah.
And that ain't right.
Yeah.
I didn't create the problem. They created the problem. Why should I have to pay for it?
If it's creating a slowdown of the flow of water,
Well, I'll tell you
or
what,
obstructing the flow of water, then
I'm gonna take care of my property.
Then you-
If it floods everybody else's, I don't really care anymore, because I'm getting tired of putting money
We're gonna put-
for somebody else's mistake. I have took care of my property, I
So-
pay my taxes, and
But-
the street's not been right. Everything since we've been back here, it was all lies. And the town has never helped me. I've been plastered on the front page of the Ripley County paper and all that, because I go in there trying to be a good person and take care of what's there. I figure I'm an asset, but I guess I'm really an ass. You know, so the asset.
I mean, trust me, I want you to understand, like, I don't like sitting in this position, not
Yeah.
being able to solve the problem, right?
And I don't like coming out here and arguing with you.
Yeah,
you know.
you're not arguing, we're having a
I
good
think I know you
conversation.
from someplace.
I think so too. I can't put it together.
Because my
Did you
twist
listen to
thing
something?
goes crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I delivered UPS. I'm retired out of here.
Okay.
I know
All
Jack.
right.
I don't know this
Okay.
gentleman.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Because when I called you, you didn't answer, so then I
Yeah.
called that,
Okay.
and he answered.
Did you leave me a voicemail?
No, I don't.
See, you didn't leave me a voicemail.
I wanted to get something done right away.
Okay.
I was on the phone.
I almost called you back, but every time I do that, guess what I end up calling? I end up calling somebody wanting to sell me an extension of my car warranty, so I don't call.
I didn't leave a message
Okay.
because I was on the phone all morning trying to get
Okay.
something solved, like, it was
So-
past this bug to this bug to
Yeah.
this bug to this bug.
And
I
that's,
got a hold of Jeff, thank God.
So what,
And
Jeff-
he said he called me back, and he did. I'll give you
Yeah.
credit.
Okay, guys, one person at a time has to
All right.
speak, because my voice recording goes
Okay,
crazy and does not
Um,
cover what it needs.
what, Jeff sent an ordinance about erosion. What are your,
Well, it's a responsibility, the towns all adopted this and everything, so that's why I send it to you. John,
Which email did you send it to?
I just sent,
Did
I
you
guess
send-
it says,
'cause I don't get my
John Ertl.
email through this computer, so.
He just,
But I'm not trying to make it simple. I mean,
no, you're fine, I just don't like,
all these years.
yeah.
And I mean, you know, we fought for the street. I mean, everything's been
last week.
It sounds to me like,
the town. And then what they'll do, this town board member has said, oh, it's his fault, it was this guy's fault. They just keep passing the buck. When I talked to Doug, oh, it was Doug Ingram that done it, or John Ingram. That's all he done. And then, you know, it's all this pass the buck. And when they come down there and miners done that, I asked him, I said, can you go on around with them cement, you know, there's big cement blocks they put in, which is, looks like a crack. He said, no. He said, I said, well, that's running right there directly into my property. Why can't you go on around with that with help? You ain't gonna do it. I finally, I told Doug, I said, get off my property. I said, if you guys can't fix this, you've been jacking with it for 30 years. 30 years this has been a problem there.
huh,
I mean, it's washed out over twice. And the straw went clear up into my neighbor's house where this water come through, went up there 3 feet in their property.
is it getting backed up at that culvert on this side? Look at my camera, or my thing here. Is it backing up here, or is it all hanging out in here?
That's my property, you know, it's
Yeah.
on the other side.
Over
It's where
here?
It's coming across the road. It's twice, it's came completely across that road. And when I was there, They built that road up.
They probably needed to put a bridge or something in instead of a damn culvert.
Amen, that's what I told them when they built the place.
So is he saying it's backing up on the north side of the?
Yeah, that's,
I don't
that,
mind. If we
But-
get like a
no,
regular,
no, no. Was-
in crossing the
Is it
road.
on the north side of that street
Yeah,
where it
so,
backs up?
yeah,
And then it comes across the
across the road.
now that's a drainage board issue.
That is an obstruction of the surface water course, but it's on your neighbor's property or possibly within the town's right of way.
Well,
Is it getting choked up against the culvert, like debris and?
no, I looked, I thought it was pretty clean the other day. They did it one time, but it just, I mean, the culverts ain't big enough to handle the water. I mean, this water is coming up over the culverts now. But now, like, I looked this morning just to see if we had rain last night. If it runs through there good, we have no problem with it backing up.
Okay, so you're not getting so much water running through that culvert that's the problem eating away at your ground,
Yeah.
correct?
Well, when it comes through there, then because the culverts and, it's got one, I think, what is it, 3 or 4 foot, and the other's an oblong. When it was washing mine before, it wouldn't even come to cross over, but when it come around that bend, it goes right directly into my property.
But you've addressed that, correct?
Yeah, I just spent $5,000 to address it.
Okay.
I mean, I put the big riprap, not the small riprap, but it moved that railroad tie
That's
the
what
other
those
day.
culverts look like.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'll swing over there at some point and take
Yeah,
a
I
look
can-
at it.
I mean, I can show you pictures, but
Yeah.
looking at it with my eye, it's.
Because if the culvert's too small, water's being backed up here because it's not going through the two culverts.
So do they have water in them all the time, where they're not
Then-
drained?
There was
Like they got it too low?
It's all, I mean, this has been going on for 30 years and I've been fighting
Yeah.
this.
That was after we
Okay.
had.
I mean, I lost 3 trees on this
But does
bed.
that usually have
3
water
big
standing
trees,
in
and
it
I
in
had
that
to pay
whole
a creek
creek
bed
bed
there, so I
area?
mean, that cost
Some
me.
Yeah,
degree
there's
was-
water
Yeah.
standing
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always in my
I did,
pocket.
yeah, and then you had to put all that riprap in here.
Yeah, on that bank right there, yeah, oh, well, I got one picture here. that shows
Well, do you know what, do you know, what did it look like before they did anything over there?
I don't know if I got any pictures left or not. I might find some. I had pictures before.
Because I guess my question is, did the creek go straight, or is it always ran into your bank and then turned?
That was over 20 years.
If anybody wants to
No
go back and
water.
listen to this, nobody's gonna be able to hear anything.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I got 4 people talking at one time.
this is what we did just recently.
See, that's
For our 5,000. He
There was
did
no
the
homes
lake
back in here.
and the
So when
railroad
they started
ties.
putting homes back in here,
When,
I told them,
So the homes are,
when
all
the
these
water
are new
came
ones?
up the
yeah,
sides,
all new ones back in
it washed away
And
that
they've got
last railroad
problems back
tie.
in
So
there,
it
the town
was
water
up
setting it for another
over
place and everything. You
these
can't
Is that
so-called
gravel?
things that they put in
That's blacktop now.
to block things. Yeah, it was up over those.
I mean, it's been.
But where's this creek that's going through your neighbors here? Is it going through this woods here and then, I wonder where it comes from,
Yeah, so I think it's where it's always flowed.
right in here,
That's the waterway
They said there's 2 of them.
They couldn't reroute
in there?
Probably because,
saying
Huh.
well, here's the thing. If they determine that to be something under the jurisdiction, if that would be under the jurisdiction.
I'm the one that has to go back and listen to it though.
If it were under the jurisdiction of the DNR, then they're not really allowed to reroute, rechannel stuff,
I wonder,
which that may be
I
a
bet it
possibility.
didn't help.
But if
That
you've
is
got
what
stuff-
happened is
if
the
it-
state
it
just
is
redid this one here.
considered a natural
I bet it
surface
used to
drain,
back
that's
up here and then now they got it free flowing where it could goes a lot quicker.
Zero jurisdiction.
So I bet the state,
They have no jurisdiction over stuff that's considered
but
like
the state didn't help you out
creek or
at all,
defined bed and
because that
banks.
water was probably sitting here and being kind of backed up and coming onto you a lot slower. And then the state comes in here and
If a
puts in
natural
a
surface
bigger
water course
culvert
Gets a little bit choked up and back to water.
and it's coming to you fast, because the bigger the culvert is, the faster the water's coming to you, the water, so, yeah. What was your phone number?
You guys will have minutes.
We got a spot right there where we can park our vehicles. Our excavator that did all this work, he said he could take part of that bank at a time, put more riprap.
Get it back over and get.
Yeah, because I live over there, I'm in Milan every day, so. Yeah, my kids go to Milan, I just live just south of Summit. Just south of Summit, right on the county line, or the township line, so I live in Summit, Dearborn. Yeah.
Was it Horseman that lived back here? Or it was off of there, next to there? There's a long lane.
That's my Uncle David.
Uncle David right there.
Yeah, that's my Uncle David. Yeah.
See, I didn't do
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that was my Uncle David. If that road went straight across 74, that's where I grew up at. I grew up on 775 East.
let's
But
get
the
everybody back
interstate,
on track, if you
where
don't
that
mind,
Hoff Road's
back,
at,
and then,
that road
get
went
everybody
straight
back on
across
the same page
74. That would be where my dad lived. Yeah. All right, well, let's, yeah.
thanks for everybody.
All right, I'll swing by and look at it. I mean, it's very challenging. Like, I think there's a lot of factors. I mean, the state redid a culvert out there.
You're welcome.
And his water's probably just coming in faster, is what I'm thinking.
So if you're talking about the culvert under 350, did they put a bigger one in?
They did.
Okay.
You can see they even purchased the ground around it, and that's what the state's been doing. They had that road shut down 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, thanks, Spider. So let's get it, what's the recommendation here? Where are we doing going forward then?
I'm gonna go look at it and see if water is being backed up because the culvert and water's going over the road. So I'm gonna go take a gander at that. I think from our course of action, that's it, but honestly, it might not be a bad deal that water is slowly going through there, because if it comes through faster, if the town took out both culverts, put a bridge across there, then guess what? That water's gonna come crashing right into your new riprap.
But see, that was when we first started that. When that come in there, they could have come up higher up the road and shot that straight across,
Straight.
eliminated all that property right in there.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, you can have all you want if you do it right. And that would have made it come straight through there instead of in, and back.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, if it was a county road, I could probably have them go dig it up and fix it tomorrow.
I know. But the DNR said somebody said you cannot change a runway,
A waterway.
waterway.
If it's considered a defined bed and banks, that type of stuff where it's, not just an actual surface water course, like a waterway just flowing over the top of the ground, they get pretty uppity about
Yeah, that's,
what you dabble around in a creek or a
yeah,
watershed.
I mean, you're not allowed to go get the gravel out of it or nothing. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of things there, but that's where, if they'd have just done that at the first and put a nice little bridge in there, we wouldn't have had this problem. But that's the town and the guy that had the building the subdivision, that's where it was all started.
I'm not trying to take up time, but if you drive over to Brookville and you take St. Peter's Road.
I've been on St. Peter's Road.
And if you look over, once you're past Cane Mill Road.
Yeah, I know where that's at.
There's a house, and literally, the bank of Blue Creek has continuously cut and eroded away in front of this house to where literally, if you step out that front door now.
You're going down. I know, I understand that, because I delivered UPS all over there. I know all that country.
I guarantee you, what'll happen is probably in about another 5 to 10 years, that foundation of that house will collapse into the creek. And at that time, DNR will tell those people, get your house out of our creek.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
you can't do much to probably salvage it or protect it.
That's like what's happened to our neighbors. It's washing right up, this is washing up into their barn's going to take their building out.
So you're going to look at this and get back with them, let them know
Yeah.
what you think?
I'll
Okay.
give him
All
a
right.
call.
Give me a call, let me know
Yeah.
when you're coming, I'll be
Yeah.
around there.
Okay.
Show you
Will
what
do.
we're talking about.
Take
Thank
it.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Mark.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Roger and Jeff and
See ya.
John.
Thanks for sitting through here and listening to us.
Bart, you've got to take better control of these meetings because I can't listen to them after we're done. Because I can't hear anything.
All right, well, we're gonna,
There's 4 people talking, I can't hear anything.
well, give me a gavel then.
You're the president, take control of it. I'm not-
Who's in a hurry between you two?
We're together.
Okay, well, come on up.
I'll let Alex speak.
We-
I was under the impression he needed me to come, he couldn't be here today. I'll let him explain. He's fair to look at it.
Well, Doug, thanks for the compliment. Commissioners, good morning. Alex Zimmerman, State Representative, House District 67. I actually have 2 different road renaming requests, one that Doug is familiar with, and then there's another one that I'll talk about. But to get a road or a bridge renamed through the General Assembly, these are memorial resolutions, usually for military veterans who've died in the line of duty, or done some commemorative service, government officials that, former governors have roads named after them or bridges. I did a bridge renaming in Jennings County a couple of years ago in honor of Lance Corporal Jackie Koenig, who died in Okinawa, Japan on an Air Force mission. So today, I have two different resolutions. The reason I'm here, the process has changed in the last couple of years so that we have to come before the local government authority to get their blessing, for lack of a better term. First, and this is the one that Doug is familiar with, Doug approached both Representative Garrett Bascom and I about renaming two different stretches of US 50 along the Ripley and Dearborn County line. So on the Ripley County side, we'd like to rename a 1 mile stretch in honor of Captain William Omer Burkett. Captain Burkett was born in Milan, lived in Dillsboro, served in the United States Air Force, attained the rank of captain, and then while serving in Vietnam, he was killed in action at just 26 years of age. And he left behind his wife, Shirley, and their 8-month-old son, Kevin, his parent and siblings. In Vietnam, Captain Burkett served with the 19th Tactical Air Support Squadron, 504th Tactical Air Support Group, 7th Air Force. And according to public records, he was flying in an O-2A aircraft supporting Allied ground forces when the aircraft was brought down by hostile ground fire near, this is in Vietnam, I'm going to butcher the name, Long Than, I think it's a city in Vietnam. But Captain Burkett and his fellow pilot both died in that mission. And again, what Representative Bascom and I are trying to do is, on the Ripley County side, name 1 mile, this is roughly from County Road 750 to the Dearborn County line, right around the Shrine Club, in honor of Captain Burkett. And then the next mile in Dearborn County would be renamed in memory of Lance Corporal Donald Henry. So that's my first ask of the commissioners.
Burkett?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sorry.
No, that's okay. So happy to answer any questions about that if there are any. But that's my first.
Would you like that in the form of a motion?
That would be great.
I'll make a motion to rename the Ripley County mile at the county line.
Second?
Rename or support?
Support. So I guess I should have led with, this is the process. So I have to come before you, get your blessing. Then there's an interim study committee on roads and transportation that vets all of these requests. That meets in September or October of this year. And then in January, assuming this gets approved over by the study committee, then in January, this has to go before the legislature through the regular process. And
Alex, that's a lot of bureaucratic bullcrap.
hey, I don't make the rules, I'm just trying to play by them.
I would start changing some rules. Wow. We have a motion to support this. We
Second.
have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Wow. I don't know how you do what you do.
I love what I do, Mark, so I appreciate that. Similar process, I have a second request. So one of my fellow representatives up in Warren County, Matt Commons, he's a Purple Heart veteran, a former constituent of ours that lived in Milan. She now lives in Warren County, but her husband, named Ken Knowlton, he passed away in December of last year, but he was also served in Vietnam as a pilot with the Army's 170th Assault Helicopter Company, which was a unit known as the Bikinis, and it carried out some of the most dangerous helicopter missions of the war, including combat support and special operations in the Central Highlands and around the city of Khartoum. In Ken's record, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross with Oak Leaf Cluster, the Bronze Star Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, and the Air Medal with a V device and 32 Oak Leaf Clusters. And those honors recognize repeated heroism and meritorious achievement in hazardous combat flight. This is a new request. So before they moved to Warren County, and they moved to Warren County to be near family as they were getting older in age, Ken and Gail lived off of State Road 350, and it was near Old Mill Road. They lived off of Old Mill Road on State Road 350. So I'm waiting on NDOT to tell me exactly how to describe this portion of the road, but really it's what we'd envisioned was naming 1 mile on State Road 350, half mile east and west of Old Mill Road, in
I
memory
believe I
of,
graduated with his son.
if you give me his son's name, I might be able to tell you.
Levi?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I don't have his obituary in front of me, but I think that's right.
I was trying to look it up as you were talking. He was our,
WL.
he was our class president, I was the vice president.
K-N-O-W-L.
T-O-N, yes.
Thank you, sorry, I just don't remember.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So that's my second request is for permission, the blessing of the commissioners to pursue renaming a portion of State Road 350. This is just east of Milan, in honor of Kenneth Knowlton and his memory.
Long time Ripley County resident.
Yes.
And it meets all the criteria at state level?
Yeah, it has to go through the same process as
So
it would for
I'll make a
Captain
motion
Burkett.
to give our blessing for that renaming 350 as well.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 I appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
That's a good one there.
Thank you very
I
much.
remember where they lived at. I didn't know they moved up north with, I think the daughter moved south. He moved north.
Yeah, there's a daughter south, and then there's family up in Warren County near Lafayette as well, and that's where they moved.
Huh.
And so they lived there until Kenneth passed, and then they had the funeral down here, I believe. But while I'm here, I'm happy to take any questions or complaints about state government and, as Mark put it.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys need to
bureaucracy.
find way more efficient way to honor and name roads after folks in our
I'll
communities.
pass that along to the roads chairman. But I just, like I said, I just play by the rules.
I don't. I appreciate you going to council the other day. I did watch that meeting, and work on some of that. I'm checking the time here.
Yeah, I want to be respectful of your time as well.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you all do at the
Yeah.
county level.
Likewise. You'll be hearing from me if I have any issues.
I'm well aware, yes.
All right, thanks for coming in. I
Yep.
Yep,
appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Doug, did you have anything for us, or that was it?
I was
Okay.
just because
Okay.
miscommunications, just to let you know, there will be a ceremony, a joint ceremony, when these are both approved, and it'll probably be held in Dillsboro, but you folks will be invited.
Okay.
Because we're also looking, this group to do this, is looking at bringing the traveling Vietnam Wall at the same time.
Okay.
So it'll be there to honor them. And just a little bit of background, Don Henry from Dillsboro was my brother's best friend and joined with my brother. So he was kind of close. And Mr. Burkett's mom and dad lived in Dillsboro. He was the chief of police in Aurora. His mother was clerk treasurer in Dillsboro, but he did grow up and he graduated from Milan in '61.
Huh, okay.
So that's the reason there's that Ripley County. And they lived in the farm there off of 750
Oh,
in
wow.
Ripley County. So I appreciate that, and I just think it's the thing we need to do. And when it came up for Don, we found out about the other one, we didn't want to leave somebody out.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
But you guys will be getting an invite to that.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
All right, we got
Thank you.
17 minutes.
I need a recess again.
Okay. It's fine.
Sorry.
We need to sign paperwork, and we have commissioner budget and health insurance deductible to talk about. All right. We had two things on here starred that we needed to talk about, and then we need to sign paperwork. Commissioner's budget, do you guys want to schedule or get together and do that maybe after our executive meeting for a little bit?
I'm fine
We
with
can
that.
always recess this meeting.
Okay,
Go into the executive meeting and then come back
Okay.
into this meeting.
okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So let's talk about, because that's going to be more of a process, I think. The health insurance deductible situation. So I guess we had found out that when we increased the deductible, that it took effect, 50% of it between June 1st till July, or June 1st to June 1st.
June 1st to December 31st.
To December 31st.
Yes.
So there's a $500 increase. So if somebody had met their deductible at the end of May, then they continue to have another $500 added to their deductible. But we were not under the impression, because the county's deductible typically starts January 1st.
Correct.
And that's what caused the problem. We do the enrollment in March, but we made a change on it. And I do recall that this is probably the first time we've made any type of a deductible change since in my tenure, so we didn't know that this was going to be a problem. So,
So we went to the 2,500 and 5,000 for family deductible. From the 2,000, $4,000. All right, so now, it's not been yet made clear to me. I just heard you say, like, for an individual, 2,000 to 2,500, that it went up $500. But yet in another conversation, somebody said it was only going up half of that because it's halfway through.
which I was told, so it should be 250.
So it's going to be 250, and for the family, it's going to go up 500.
Yes.
So that is exactly what's happening.
That's the way I understand it.
Right, so I know.
I did call Patty and ask.
Right, because the
I was
email,
having
yeah,
questions.
the original email I sent to Patty, that was not conveyed. If it was, I didn't understand it that way. So, I mean, that is better than what it was before. But, I mean, I think that's, I guess that's probably just something we missed, and I think that's I don't think that's fair to the employees for that to happen. You know? I don't know if we have any way don't know what the resolution is. I mean, I kind of brought it up that, you know, anybody that has that extra deductible, we figure out a way to pay it back as a health savings, something going in their health savings to compensate them for that. I don't know if there's anything we can do for that. I guess we're open for discussion.
So you're wanting to make up?
I don't,
You're wanting to make up for everybody, not just the people who did use it?
Well, I think anybody that had to use, anybody that's going to be hit with this extra deductible, I don't know that, I think we should make it up, figure out a way to pay for that.
I'm just saying, I don't see giving the extra 250 or 500 if they don't use their deductible in the year.
Exactly, yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
what I'm.
or let me ask you this, or should it be if only to the people that had already hit their deductible prior to that point?
Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but here's my thing is how are we to prove that?
right, yeah.
I mean, because you guys are gonna put that on my office.
Yeah.
How are we to prove that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
Do we have any stats and statistics to know how many people have currently hit their deductible? We don't know that.
That's why, there's some questions, I think Patty could answer some questions. I think,
I think at least 4,
yeah.
maybe 5.
But I guess, at what point does it get that the county has a very, very generous plan and that at some point things
Yep.
just change? You know what I mean? Because it is, the deductible that the county has is very, very good and low, even with the change.
Well, it's
And if
too
we're-
late to stop it from happening, because
Yes.
it's already happened.
Yes.
So we can't go backwards. So I guess it would be up to us, and maybe that's the next time we talk to Patty to see if we want to see about a way to compensate for this extra burden, or just move on and and
Yeah, I think the frustration that I have, and I think Roger, I think I can get that, when we made the increase, it wasn't like we were just like, oh, this is how it's going to affect our employees, right? I think it might have been thought a little bit differently, or at least we would have been able to at least give employees a heads up that if you're under, it's going to be $250, if it's an individual, it's going to be an extra $500. I think it's fair to say we just didn't know that.
right.
You know, and I understand it's maybe frustrating and inconvenient that folks have to come up with more, but, Amy, is an employee able to change the amount that is withheld from, HSA at any point through the year? Okay,
I'm sorry, that was a yes?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah.
so, I mean, I'm just, you know, if we call this half a year, and I'm gonna hit the high number. 26 pays, so 13 pays, so it's $40, if it put $40 more in a paycheck.
What are you gonna give me since I don't have the insurance?
Well, that's a whole, that's another, we're not giving anybody, I'm just saying that if you're under the family plan and you put $40 a paycheck of tax-free money that you don't pay taxes in your health savings account, then you're gonna cover that difference if you need it. And if you don't hit your deductible, then it stays in your health savings account, and that's $40 that you don't have to pay a dime of taxes on, or social security benefits, or anything on. $40 of free, tax-free money, not everybody gets that.
I think it's just key to clarify the fact that it's half, not the full amount.
Yes.
I mean, it is only
Yep.
$250
In
and $500 for family.
In January 1st, your $2,500 and your $5,000 deductible is going to be that. I didn't know that it was going to be this much, and I get that there's frustration for anybody that has also hit it, but, you know, you also need to keep in mind that the county's average cost for a family that is on our health insurance is about $25,000 that the taxpayers are paying towards your health insurance.
I think it's 87%. that we pay for
87%,
it.
which is, and I'll be honest with you, after going through some of it, the dental, my dental's $75 a paycheck. Our dental's $650.
Wow.
So it's, at some point, we have to be, I don't know. I just didn't, I think is where we got caught off guard, is that we didn't know that it was being moved over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I have a question. We're trying to.
you're more than welcome to come to the microphone. And then it's going to have to be after the meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just, because you guys are saying $500 and it's going up 1,000.
$500 because it's only half a year.
For a family.
Mine is 5,000.
It is in January.
So it's 500,
I had to talk to them because I went to the dermatologist in May 22nd and they said, well, it's $5,000 now. Because you guys are saying 500.
So I mean, you support what I was told originally, that it was going up the full amount. And then I heard,
Anyway.
so we just need to clarify it for, I mean, you said you talked to Patty and it should have only went to, it should have went to 4,500.
yeah, so you're
Until
deducted.
the end of the year, and then January 1st, it should be 5,000.
But I can tell you, I'll come up there if that's what I gotta do.
It's not a big deal, I mean, you're
No,
not
I
saying
really
anything
don't
bad
mean to get
about
back.
it.
We're just-
Step out and I don't mean to, but like, I just had a situation where I went to the dermatologist May 22nd and I had already met my $4,000 deductible, so I had to call them and they said, well, your deductible's $5,000. That's why it didn't get paid. So it went up to $5,000 before June 1st. So you guys are saying 500. I just wanted to let you know that mine went up.
That actually shouldn't have took effect until July 1st.
Well, and that was another thing, like, the date that because it should have paid that if it
Well,
was.
see, that
$1,000
contradicts what she said it went
That's
up.
different, that's, what you're being told is different than what we're being told.
Okay,
Right.
I just wanted to let you know that that's what
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, it should be, I mean, unfortunately, because we didn't know that this was, I didn't know, I could have sworn that it was June 1st that everything reset, because I'm not on
It's
it.
supposed to be June 1st.
I thought deductibles re-triggered at that point when we made that decision.
Right, and even the people that I talked to, they were like unaware of the $4,000. So you've got people going from January 1st to even June 1st. I don't know that a lot of them, because they're not seeing that $4,000 now, they're seeing $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to go back and I was on the phone for quite a while, then they saw the $4,000, so there might not.
I mean, we did that in the public, we made that decision in the
Yeah,
public
I'm saying
meeting.
that insurance. people
Insurance,
right.
Might not be looking at, oh, well, they went to the doctor in April, so at that time they met their deductible, so, but I just wanted to let you know that.
So
trying to get into
we will
it.
follow up with Patty.
No, it's okay, it's good for us to know.
Okay,
Right.
okay, well, that's what I was like,
Yeah, it's
mine,
good for us to know,
and
because
I
we
don't-
don't know that
right.
people are being told different than what we're being told.
And mine on my app shows 5,000. It does show the $5,000 deductible.
Well, it should now.
No, it should only show 4,500.
Yeah.
Should show
Exactly.
4,500.
Right, so.
Until January 1st, the
Yes.
way that we understood.
The way we was explained to, yes. So we just need a clarification from Patty, and then that honestly, that makes a big, would make a decision based on how it actually is,
Yeah,
you know? So, yeah,
I've
we will,
even conversed with her, and she told me it would go up the 1,000, just, you know, as.
For the year. The
I
year
would-
would be $5,000, no matter what.
As of June 1st, it would go up to $5,000, but I would get to keep everything up to June 1st, but then I would just have an additional 1,000. So it'd be
yeah, Patty told me over the phone that it was 50% of whatever it was, so if it's a.
we'll dig
it's
into
a-
it. Thank you for bringing that
Yeah,
up.
so, and we apologize, it was something that we didn't know was gonna be a problem. I think, can we sign paperwork in 4 minutes?
No.
All right.
So you're saying we can go into an executive session and
I
then
think we need to recess.
recess, okay?
And then I'll have to shut everything down because they can't be recorded. I'll have to call Becky when we go to get back online because she has to re-trigger something
Okay,
for that. But so I need a motion to recess.
Make that motion?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Somebody needs to go lock the doors because this is an executive session.
I don't have a key.
I do. You lost yours, remember?
Lost it with a truck key, a house key. I bet it's in Rumpke Dump somewhere.
You got to pay a deposit.
I have the $35 on my last day, and we were off camera, right?
No, you're not.
I'm gonna have to buy a key.